Ahem, hello. Testing. Check, check. Mic check. Testing, test, test. Hopefully you can hear me okay. There's no like music in the background, it's just like sound effects and ambience. So it's kind of hard for me to tell if the sound on the game is working. Hopefully it is. Should be hearing a lot of crickets and gears whirring. Check. Testing. I think it's good. I think we're good, hopefully. I'm just a little bit nervous about this because this is, well, I guess I'll get to it. But, can I go back to the... Yeah, I can. Okay, so this is, something new. I'm just gonna pop into the chat and, make sure my chat box is working. There we go. Okay, I'm playing something new today. Not new to me, but new as in I haven't really streamed this game, although actually I have, now that I think about it. This is Ratchet and Clank. This is one of my, as the title implies, of the stream. Oh, I forgot there's frickin' B-roll. This is probably just gonna distract me from what I'm saying. So yeah, this is one of my favorite game series. It's not there's like Kingdom Hearts is my number one, and this is either a very close second or third, depending on how I feel about Sonic that day. As of right now, I couldn't tell you. I think Sonic and this are probably neck and neck. Actually, Sonic's kind of has a lot going on right now, so I'd probably say Sonic is my current number two currently. But Ratchet and Clank and Sonic tend to flip flop like on a whim, so you know, don't take that too seriously. Yeah, this is a series of games that I really enjoy a lot. And today I wanted to do a playthrough of the original Ratchet and Clank, the 2002 PlayStation 2 game that started the series. I have a lot of nostalgia for this game. I played it a lot when I was little. I haven't replayed it in quite a few years. I actually have streamed this game once. It was way back. It was like a few years ago. I think it was like 2021 or something like that. I streamed a playthrough of this game to celebrate my first anniversary of live streaming. The reason I chose to play this game for that stream was because it was the first game that I ever streamed. So I played it for my first anniversary. I didn't play very far into it though. My first ever live stream that I ever did, I was very new. I didn't really understand what I was doing very well. I didn't really have, I was starting from scratch, so I didn't have anyone in the live chat to talk to. And I was just very nervous and awkward, and I didn't really know what to say. And I got about like an hour and a half into the stream before like stopping, because I just didn't, I was too nervous, I was too scared, I didn't really know what to do. I think shortly after that was when I started playing Kingdom Hearts 1 Level 1, which was my first playthrough I ever actually finished on stream. I think that was a good idea, because Kingdom Hearts is a series where I had lots to talk about, I was very comfortable playing it. And I have a lot to say about Ratchet and Clank as well, but Kingdom Hearts is just something else, it's like, it's a very cozy, feel-good game for me. Not to say that Ratchet and Clank isn't, but Kingdom Hearts it's my number one for a reason, so a year after that point, I decided to play this game for my first anniversary live stream, where I decided to play through all of it in one sitting, in a pseudo speedrun fashion. Recently I did a live stream where I played through all of Sonic Unleashed in one sitting. That VOD is on my VODs channel, if anyone's interested in that. I was essentially doing that with this game. And I beat the game in I think like a little over around 5 hours or so. Which I thought was like crazy long at the time, but I've had streams go on longer than that at this point, so it's it's not too bad from today standards, but still. And yeah, that's this is the only Ratchet and Clank game I've ever streamed. I attempted to stream Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart when it first came out, and then again like a year ago, but they didn't really work out, so I'm a little bit nervous about streaming this game today because, like, history has shown me that streaming these games doesn't work out for one reason or another. It's like a curse. But I'm willing to give it a shot. There's really no harm in trying, aside from being a little bit embarrassed. But you know, there's a lot of things that I could do that could leave me being embarrassed. I get embarrassed easy, so it doesn't really matter a ton if I think about it that way. But yeah, one of the many reasons that I'm a bit nervous is one, this is a PlayStation 2 game, but I am playing the HD collection version on the PlayStation 3. So I had to dig out the old PlayStation 3, and I'm a little bit nervous because my PS3 is a little bit buggy. It pretty much works perfectly fine, but it doesn't read discs, so thankfully I own these games digitally, not on a disc, so that's nice. My PS3 doesn't really read discs anymore, which sucks. But also, maybe I should get into the game before getting into all this. I don't know. I'm just kind of like chilling for a sec. I'm just saying because like there's no music and it might be a bit awkward for you to listen to. But I'll get into the game in a sec because I feel like I'll lose my train of thought if I start the game up. So streaming off the PS3 is a little bit awkward, and there's a reason why I don't do it very much. I don't know a lot of the technological babbly stuff behind all of this, but like the PS3 is difficult to stream off of because it doesn't recognize my capture card like other systems do. There's some kind of security thing in place called like a HCDP or something, HDCP thing. I don't know. It's 4 letters, one of them is H, and there's a C and a D and a P in there somewhere. But it's some kind of like security measure that the PS3 has that makes it like reject capture cards. And other systems I think have it as well, except newer systems these days, they have like a toggle for it. Like you can go in the options menu and toggle it on and off. So you can disable it if you want so that your capture cards can work on it. I think the PS4 and 5 have that, and I think the Switch has it as well. So, I'm pretty sure the PS3 does not have a toggle for it. And it's on by default and you can't switch it off. Maybe I'll need to check the system settings again to be sure. But yeah, in order to get my capture card to work on the PS3, I have to use a HDMI converter. I have to run my capture card through an HDMI converter and then into the PS3 from that. And I don't know why, I don't know the actual reasons or logic behind any of it, but for some reason putting my capture card through an HDMI converter and then into a PS3 kind of bypasses the security measure or whatever and allows my capture card to work on it. But it does mean that it is a little bit jank. Like starting up the game crashed my capture card. So I had to start up the game first and then plug in my capture card, because the process of starting up the game from the system home menu just made it stop working, which is really weird. Yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous because who knows? I've got a lot more wires plugged in at the back of my TV, just plugged into a bunch of stuff. So it makes me nervous because I don't usually have all that stuff plugged in, and I'm not used to it. But again, I'm willing to try stuff out. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this game. I guess I'll hop into the game now. I'm also got a controller plugged in, so there's another wire that's coming out. There's so many wires everywhere, I don't like it. I'm using a PS4 controller, because you can use a PS4 controller on your PS3 if you own one. You can't actually open up the PS3 home menu using a PS4 controller, which is awkward, but I hopefully won't have to do that throughout this stream, so hope that's fine. Hopefully the volume should be good. I actually tested it prior to starting the stream for once, which is neat. Let me just check. Okay, so I have some load games. Okay. I know one of these save files said that I last played in 2024 the other day, but that's because I was testing it yesterday, so that's why. I know I said that I haven't played this in a couple of years, and there it says 2024. That's just because I was testing it yesterday. Alright, new game. I have to delete a file. This file says I only played for 30 minutes, so I'll get rid of that. I don't really care. This game isn't really that long or difficult. Well, I used to find this game really difficult when I was little. I don't know if the subtitles are disabled by default, but we'll check that in a bit. I don't usually like playing this game with subtitles because the subtitles look kind of ugly, but I know it'd be better for some people's viewing experience to have subtitles on, so... Also, my PS3 is loud. Like, I can hear it, like, whirring in the background, and I hate whirring machinery. I hate, like, computers or, like, stuff that, like, whirs too much. It makes me very uncomfortable, so hearing my PS3 going, like, in the background... It's not that bad. It's not, like, a bad noise. It's just, I can hear it, and I don't like it. Oh, there's the little guy. Yeah, I really love these games. I've been a fan of these games for as long as I can remember. It's literally one of those cases where I don't actually remember when I was first introduced to this game. I was just kind of always as far back as I remember, so... I remember we had a demo of it, so I was introduced to the game through a demo. I didn't play the demo myself, but I watched it a lot. Oh yeah, the game is actually widescreen, it's just this is like a pre-rendered cutscene or something, so it's not... Again, this game was originally on PlayStation 2. I thought the PS2 had widescreen support though. I don't know, it's been years since I played on the PS2, I don't remember. Maybe, like, some games just didn't have that. Okay, here we are, yes. Whoa, Nelly. A little backpack. I like how that entire scene was, like, completely, like, no dialogue at all.
Welcome to the Gadgetron Help Desk.
Hello.
We're here to offer you advice during your interplanetary travels. The Help Desk is a free service provided by Gadgetron Corporation.
Excellent. Okay, looks like the camera's already set up. Oh wait, no it's not, hold on. For once, the horizontal camera is correct, or at least for my liking. It's the up and down that's not right for me. There we go. I like to invert my horizontal, but for some reason this game has it the other way around. That's a new one, yeah. Okay, so yes, this game is a 3D platformer, by the way, a 3D action platformer. And, you know, I'll get into all that later. But also, I might need to adjust the camera, hold on. Like the camera speed. Yeah, because the camera rotation of speed is slow as crap in this game. There we go. Even this is a little bit slow for my liking, but it's the fastest it'll go. This game is kind of clunky. Gets a little dated in some ways, but I don't know, it's fun. I like it. Hopefully it's not too loud. I tested the volume yesterday and it seemed okay, so hopefully it's fine. So I'm still just like having trouble getting comfortable with all these wires around and streaming off of the PS3 as I've said at length. Whoops, I'm being attacked. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. Everything's okay, I think, settings-wise. Hold on, let me just check the stream. That little monster there is stuck. Just gonna check the stream on Twitch just to see if everything's working okay. Testing. Testing. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. I just gotta get over it and freaking play the game. This is the tutorial stage, though. Yeah, another reason... Oh yeah, I guess I should say. So this is a PlayStation 2 game. As I said before, I'm playing the PlayStation 3 HD version, so it's like HD 60 FPS. I think this is 60, right? Does this look like 60 FPS? I think it is. Looks kind of like it. And, you know, it's got widescreen and stuff. Admittedly, though, the PlayStation 3 version isn't like the definitive way to play, because the PlayStation 3 remasters are quite a bit buggier than the original PS2 versions. It's not like, I guess, like Sonic Colors Ultimate levels of buggy, but it is buggier than the original PS2 version. I'll like let people know when there's like a PS3 specific bug that's happening. Most of the bugs in this are visual stuff though, nothing that actually like affects the game too much.
Help desk messages by pressing the triangle button. To disable help desk messages, please select options from your pause menu.
Okay, so right there was like a tutorial pop-up, and you can actually disable those. That tutorial pop-up was just saying that you can like you can like interrupt them with triangle, but you can actually disable them entirely. I like to keep them on though. I might change my mind on that. I usually like to keep them on though because that voice.
You just picked up nanotech. Whenever you sustain injury, let Gadgetron's patented nanotech system rebuild your body from the inside out.
I just really like the sound of her voice, so I usually like to keep it on. Also, I don't really... It's my personal goal in life to become a video game tutorial character. So I have, like, an appreciation for tutorial characters. Legit, though, the first piece of voice acting you hear in this game is the help desk lady. What does that tell you? But anyway, if anyone's curious about how this game works, you know, it's a pretty linear game. It's a 3D platformer with action elements. So you have a bunch of weapons. I got like this bomb glove that I can use to take out enemies. And I've also got my wrench that I mainly just use for hitting boxes because it doesn't use up ammo.
To use your bomb glove,
Yeah, I'm already way ahead of you.
and the circle button again to fire it. You can also use it in first person by holding down the L1.
I'm also collecting a bunch of bolts. They come out from the crates and the enemies I kill. And they're money, it's money essentially, and use it to buy new weapons and doodads and doodly bots. Also just really satisfying to pick up. Something about the sound design in this game is really good in my opinion. Like the way everything sounds, like the crunch of the boxes breaking is really good. Another, oh yeah, I guess I forgot to address. I did start up, like, this is a Sunday, and, you know, I usually start up a playthrough on Sundays. The reason why I'm playing this game, though, is because, well, like, last Sunday I started up a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, a hard mode playthrough. And I was supposed to continue that today, but I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what, I don't really feel like it. No special reason, I guess. I think it's maybe because I only beat my first playthrough of that game a couple months ago, so I think maybe it's a bit too soon for a second playthrough. I'm not, like, entirely, like, into it right now. Maybe I rushed into playing it again. Oh, I left a bolt back there. I'm just gonna go back over there, get it. So I decided I don't really feel like playing 7 Rebirth right now. Maybe I will go back to it next week, I'm not sure, we'll see how I feel. But yeah, I was like, you know what I do feel like playing though? Ratchet & Clank. So I'm gonna play that. So here I am. It did take me a bit of setup to figure out how to get my PS3 to stream games on OBS, but I think hopefully everything is working. Hey, what's up? Well, hi there, 13th, how you doing? Yeah, I'm expecting the chat to be a little bit quiet today just because this is my, I don't really, I've only ever streamed this game once and that was years ago, so it's not, these games aren't exactly what I'm known for. Also, it's not like Ratchet & Clank is niche or unpopular or whatever, but like, they're not like huge hits that are like Ratchet & Clank isn't a series that's like, it's not like Sonic, where there's always something going on with the series and the fan base and the community and stuff. Like, Ratchet & Clank has the tendency to go kind of dormant for a few years before making another appearance with a new game. At least these days. I hear a noise. Oh, that's my PS3. Sorry. I heard like a noise and it was the sound of my PS3 going like, ooh. Don't like it. Don't like that sound. I'm doing good. I met a former teacher this week. It was an amazing experience. Oh, cool. That's interesting. I haven't really seen any of my former teachers, probably because I don't really live in the same town anymore. And I don't get out much. But that's cool. It's at least like I would assume you met like a nice teacher.
Interesting.
Oh, I forgot to turn on subtitles.
You're
Okay.
quite handy with your wrench.
I'll do that for the next scene.
You bet. I built that ship with it.
Currently, I'm in search of someone.
I'm
who can
hoping
give
that the
assistance in
microphone
solving
isn't
the
picking
solar
up the
system.
sound of my PS3
Do you
going
know where I might find that fellow?
in the background.
Well, he's on the radio every week. Other than that,
But
no.
I'm glad you're doing well,
What's
13th.
with all this save the solar system stuff anyway?
Oh, the infobots are so
Hello,
cute.
Citizens of my race, the Blob,
Yeah,
have a small problem. Our planet has become so polluted.
Is it 13th? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's you who's into Ratchet and Clank as well, right? Or am I thinking of someone else? I thought it was you, but I'm not
We are
100%.
constructing a pristine new world using the choicest planetary components available.
That's true. Cool. You have good taste.
You might ask? Using
I would play these games a hell of a lot more frequently if they were on modern systems. I'm really hoping. I remember playing this game as a kid. I played this game a lot when I was little. Too much, arguably. This game in particular. It was my favorite. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kingdom Hearts was always my favorite. I got it, I think. I was saying before that, I've been a fan of Ratchet and Clank for as long as I can remember, and Kingdom Hearts is about the same, so...
Turn it off, you idiot!
But I still think Kingdom Hearts is probably my number one, but this is a very close second.
People on those planets are hosed. Well, good luck getting Captain Quark to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take me to the coordinates.
It's really hard to focus on the
I might be able to
cutscene when the
gather further
PS3 in my
information
room
Even
is
if I
going,
wanted to, I
whoa.
can't.
I know I keep
It
bringing
is
it
a
up, I'm
crucial
sorry, I just
component
need
of the
to...
ship.
I'm very, like, paranoid and
The
stuff, so...
robotic ignition system.
I think I just need to wait for my
Did you
brain
know
to tune
that?
it out.
I, sir, happen to be equipped with the latest in robotic ignition systems. My programming allows me to start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I'm proposing.
Might turn down the game's volume a tad.
Deal.
Yeah, I played this game so much, because for the longest time I didn't know that Ratchet and Clank was a series of games.
This could be a problem.
When I was little,
Take care of it.
I had this game on the PS2 and I played it a lot. I didn't know that there was like
Oh, this is great!
an ongoing series that spanned multiple games. I think by the time I noticed that, the game was already like...
Sir.
Huh? Oh, right.
The series had already had like 7 or so games until I realized that this game was that Ratchet and Clank was a series, not just the one game.
Got a name?
But I played this one like many times. Literally, I would
I'll just call you
like
Clank for
I would
short.
beat the game and then immediately start up a new playthrough. I would like play it back to back multiple times. So I know this game pretty well. It's been quite a few years since I last played it, so I might be a little bit rusty, but I would be able to play this game blind. Probably not. I'm exaggerating a bit there, but yeah.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man.
Also, this is so bad. I know all the cutscenes word for word.
I don't see what money Captain Quark could dispatch you
Not this is bad, but I am bad for knowing the scenes back to back.
Officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
Why the texture on his tongue?
Your last
That's
chance
a weird
to
sentence
stop
to say
this
out loud.
madness now.
Okay, wait. You're right. I will withdraw my troops.
Really?
No! He's all yours, gentlemen. Try not to leave any marks.
Wow, insert punch sound effect. Also, yeah, this. Oh god, I saw his face as he as the screen went there.
Clank? Where are you? Oh, sorry about that. Well, we're not leaving the way we came in.
Perhaps we could procure a ship from one of the inhabitants.
If there are any left.
Okay, turning on subtitles now before I forget. Subtitles on. I remember the subtitles in this game looking kind of ugly. I don't remember entirely, but you know, I know some people might appreciate it if there are subtitles, so I plopped them on. Because I was talking through the cutscenes there, I'm sorry, I like to talk. Well, I like to talk on stream anyway. In real life, I'm actually, well, I don't know, just because it's on stream doesn't make it any less real. I mean, outside of streaming, I'm pretty quiet. But if you want a little lowdown of what the story is of this game, Ratchet and Clank have only just met just now. Basically, there's the evil businessman that we just saw in that scene. His home planet is really, really polluted. So he has decided to use highly advanced machinery and also his millions and millions of money to basically rip out parts of other planets so he can jigsaw puzzle his own new planet for his, you know, kind to live on, since their planet is too polluted to live on now. However, him taking parts of other planets will cause those planets to blow up and be destroyed, so that's obviously really bad. And he's kind of just taking these pieces of planets by force. Clank, being like a good little soul that he is, also he was just born from like I think it's the business guy. His name is Drek. I'm pretty sure Clank was born from his factory, but he's like a defective warbot. That's why he's all small and not evil. But you know, because he's a good soul. He wants to help out, and he just kind of happens to meet Ratchet, and Ratchet isn't really all that interested. I mean, he's not heartless, but Ratchet isn't really in it for like the heroics exactly. He's just kind of along for the ride. You know, he just wants some adventure and to get out into the world, really. So he doesn't really care a ton, but you know, he's just kind of whatever. So you know, the two have decided to team up so they can find someone who can help. That's the goal for now. Yeah, I was talking throughout that cutscene, so sorry about that. I have the subtitles on now, so that should help, and I will try and clam up sometimes. Right, yes. So yeah, I've been picking up bolts as we've been going from like enemies and crates and stuff, and we use those as currency to buy new weapons to blow crap up with. So the only weapon I have now is the one the game started me with, which is the bomb glove. We buy them from these little shops. The only other weapon that's available right now is the pyrocitor. I hope I'm saying that right. But I can't afford it, so I'm gonna have to leave it for now. Yeah, the bomb glove is the one you start with. Almost every weapon in the game has ammo, so you can't use them endlessly. Right now I have 40 out of 40 ammo on this weapon. But yeah, these games are pretty linear. They're platformers, but they are linear platformers, so, you know, there's usually the way this game functions is that there's like a central area, like this one, where your ship is, or at least where my ship would be if I didn't just blow it up. And usually there's a few different pathways for you to travel, like we got this elevator here, we got that cave there, and we got a little path over there. And then usually you head down the path and you fight enemies, you do some platforming, you meet some people, and then eventually the path will loop back around to this central area, and then you can go try another path, or you can leave the planet or do whatever, and it's fun, I promise. So I don't know which way I should go first. I'll go this way. But yeah, when I played this game, again, I streamed this game once before when I did like a little speedrun kind of thing for it for my first anniversary stream. I obviously, for that stream, I was rushing through the game. This time, I would like to like give it a proper playthrough, like properly taking my time, and I guess I'll grab all the gold bolts while I'm at it as well, because that shouldn't be too hard. They're like an extra hidden collectible for you that you can find. Oh yeah, I'm drowning. I forgot this game is drowning. Not many Ratchet and Clank games really have drowning. This is one of the only ones. Oh yeah, first glitch on the PS3 version. You'll notice that I have an air meter on the right there. It's kind of half off of the screen. If we go into the water, it like enters the screen. And then like once I leave the water, it's supposed to leave the screen. But you'll see it kind of doesn't quite make it, and it's kind of just stuck there on the side. That's a glitch that that's on the PS3 version. I think that has something to do with the fact that this version has widescreen, so they didn't account for the fact that, you know, the screen's wider, so they have to make it move wider. I mean, I'm sure they did notice that. Like, I think it's I don't know if it's like entirely like incompetence on the port, there's like a whole story to it as to why these HD ports are a little bit buggy. I think it's partially could be like time constraints, maybe a little bit incompetence, but I'd rather give the team the benefit of the doubt. Also, I think there's like a whole story. I think you can like look it up and find out like some of the specifics on this whole thing. But I think the way that these games were originally made on the PS3 just kind of makes it difficult for them to be ported. Like something about the engine or the way these games are made, it's kind of difficult to like make adjustments to them. Which is, I guess, one reason as to why these ports are the way that they are. Which is a darn shame. Okay, so I gotta not drown. Yeah, most Ratchet & Clank games don't have drowning because there's like underwater segments, but you usually have like an air helmet or something, but we don't got nothing in this game, so at least not yet. Also, the music in this game is really good. It might be a bit loud. The sound effects might be drowning it out a little bit. I don't know. Let me check. Sound. The music is lower than the sound for some reason. I'll up it a few notches. Maybe it's set that way for a reason. I know I'm having a hard time hearing the music. I don't know about that on your end. Yeah, for some of these smaller enemies, because like you have your weapons like this bomb glove that I've been using, but it has limited ammo, so you also have the Omni Wrench though, which you can use to break stuff. It's not that effective as a weapon. It's pretty good on smaller enemies, but for bigger enemies it can be a little bit risky to use. So I typically use the Omni Wrench for, again, smaller enemies or like breaking crates and stuff, because, you know, it's limitless, it doesn't have an ammo count, so it's kind of there for you to fall back on. So there's a secret gold bolt hidden behind this wall. I think there are 40 or so of these gold bolts throughout the game. I believe there is like about 40 or so. And they do have a use, but as of now in the game they are kind of just made there to be a collectible. They do have a purpose, but the purpose doesn't really come into play until like way later, so... And even then, there's a good chance you might never even discover its purpose if you're playing the game normally, so... Every Ratchet & Clank game has, like, those big bolts, you know, gold bolts. In some games they're, like, platinum or titanium or whatever, but most Ratchet & Clank games have, like, these big bolt collectibles. And they tend to switch up their purpose in every game or so. In the newer games, usually their purpose is to unlock skins and cosmetic items and cheats and stuff. They kind of stuck with that after a while. Okay, so that's the first pathway of this level, and yet as you can see it kind of looped back around to the central area. That was mainly just like an optional pathway. It didn't really have any like major collectibles or stuff to find. It was mainly just there. You know, it was good because I got some bolts out of it, and I can buy this now. Yeah. I like how every weapon has like a little fanfare to it. So this is the Pyrocitor. It's a flamethrower, essentially. You can use it to fry things, and it's really fun.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
You can also stock up on ammo by buying them at shops, but there's also... I just used up all my money, whoops. There's also like ammo crates scattered throughout the levels that give weapons more ammo, so you can get ammo for free that way. But you can also buy ammo. It's kind of recommended that you stock up as often as possible. Whoops. So something that just occurred to me now, which is kind of bad, is I'm playing this on the PS3, right? And one, but I'm using a PS4 controller. The PS4 controller is compatible with the PS3. You can you can either use Bluetooth to connect it, or you can just plug it in with a cable. I haven't plugged in with a cable because I don't feel like messing around with Bluetooth right now. Also, I don't want it to run out of charge while I'm using it. Also, we've got another gold pole. I'm kind of just instinctively getting them. I just kind of remember where they are. Also, wall jumping is a thing, by the way. Didn't point that out. Yeah, one downside that I'm noticing with the PS4 controller is that using the PS4 controller on the PS3 is not entirely reliable. Something to do with like moving the analog stick in certain directions doesn't work all the time. I think I might, for the next stream, I might have to switch to using an actual PS3 controller, because I think the PS4 controller has some downsides. Like, for me at least, it seems like moving diagonally doesn't work as well. I don't know, that could be in my head. But I might consider using a different... Oops! There we go. Might consider using a different controller next time, just so I don't have that problem. But the PS3 controller's kind of whack now. I don't know. After playing like PS4 and PS5 controllers for so long, going back to like PS2 or PS3 controllers is really awkward now. Also, I must be talking a lot more than I thought, because I'm like running out of breath. Also, I'm still a bit nervous, I think. Yeah, I feel like the music might be a bit quiet for my liking. Just turn up a bit more, maybe. Because the music in this game is really good, in my opinion. The sound effects are set to full, and I'm assuming that it will set that way for a good reason, so I'm willing to trust... I'm usually very nervous about adjusting, like, settings in games. I do find like a good amount of joy going into options menu in games, just because you never know what kinds of cool little things you'll find in an options menu, especially nowadays when there's like so many different options. Because like back in like early 2000s when this game came out, there's not a ton of options in the options menu, but I feel like in games nowadays I'd almost get overwhelmed with all the many options in the settings menu that you can find.
Here comes the parade.
Oh, there's a parade. Hi there, Speaking. How you doing? Well, thanks for the raid there. Yo, hello to you. I'm playing one of my favorite games, or one of my favorite games series. I'm playing the original Ratchet Clank. Hope you're doing well. Hope your stream went well. I did notice you were streaming earlier, but I didn't catch what exactly you were playing. Yeah, I think this controller might be a bit messed up. I don't really have time to dig around and try and find my old PS3 controller right now, so I'll have to just deal with it. But yeah, for the next time I stream this, I'm going to want to try and find my old PS3 controller, because the PS4 controller isn't working very well with this game. I don't know if it's with the PS3 or if it's just this game in general, but PS4 controller is not working very well. I love that the Sonic that pops up on the raid. Yeah, I like that too. I really like that voice line, and I think it works well for raid messages, so that's why I included it. And I was like, I need like a sprite to go with it, and so I chose the Sonic Advance sprite. I want to add, because there are a lot of like video game voice lines that I like that I think would be good for alerts. But it's difficult to like, not difficult to find them necessarily, but it's difficult to like I want to get some voice clips from Final Fantasy VII Remake, but do you know how many like lines of dialogue those characters have? Just one character has so many lines of dialogue, so it take ages to find what I want. And I kind of keep putting it off. I gotta...
Blast it!
Look,
Gotta go on it.
plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
Oh, okay, the
Wise guy.
subtitles in this
You
game
got
don't
one
look
of
that
them escape
ugly.
transports?
I thought they were uglier.
Transport.
Newsflash, giant robots attacking. The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this goddamn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got
Man, I love the
coordinates
plumber.
to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
This game has a lot of one-off random characters. It's kind of like I mean, the newer games don't really do that quite so much, but the first handful of Ratchet and Clank games have a lot of like one-off characters that just show up once and then never again. Which is understandable because you're going back and forth between a bunch of different planets. You're not exactly going to be having a ton of reoccurring characters. And, you know, the one-off characters are kind of charming because they're like, you know, you say hey, you meet a lot of people. This is technically not one of those cases, though. This is... He shows up again later in the game, and he shows up in most of the Ratchet and Clank games, if I'm honest. He's very reoccurring. Even though he is just a random-ass plumber guy, he's actually pretty reoccurring in the series. He is more important than you know. Spoiler. Not really. I don't know. I was watching GDQ and making a test, a tool-assisted speedrun. I know what that stands for now. I was going to play Parasite Eve, but I had to cut the stream short. I'll be live again after I take care of my errands. Okay. I've heard of Parasite Eve. It's... I don't exactly... Is it like a horror game RPG? If I'm getting that right? It sounds familiar to me. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh yeah, here's another thing that this game has quite a lot of. Paywalls. Use bolts to buy weapons, but also there are a lot of NPCs that ask for bolts for various things. Some of the stuff they ask for is optional, but a lot of the time they're like necessary paywalls for progression, so you gotta pick up them bolts and spend them wisely, because you never know when you might need them.
Geronimo!
Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?
Yuck. The water looks pretty clean though.
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Ratchet.
Yes, it is. Also made by Square Enix. Gotcha. That's why it sounds familiar to me.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of
I don't know
fireworks
anything
display.
about it
Probably in your
aside
honor.
from
Whoa, that was
that.
close. Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
Oh, we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long!
Kid, let's M-screen!
Eject! Eject!
I think that scene scared me when I was little. The idea of like a giant rocket coming towards you was freaking me out.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say, I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Gadgetron Infobots give you coordinates for new planets. Now that you have the Infobot for planet Iridia, you'll need to find a ship to get there.
I could never skip one of those tutorial messages. That voice is so freaking delightful to listen to. It's not... it can't be just me who thinks that. I refuse to believe that. No one's ever told me that, but like, it's got to be like a... It's got to be a popular take with fans that that voice is delightful. It's like ASMR. Asthma. Okay, I'm just gonna top up on ammo.
I got some great barbecue.
Never mind, I'm all topped up. Okay, let's go the actual main pathway that I was probably supposed to go down first. Yeah, this is how the game works. You go from planet to planet and you blow up some enemies with your weapons that you buy. You get bolts so you can buy even more weapons, and then you blow more stuff up, and it's a very fun gameplay loop. Certain weapons tend to work better on certain kinds of enemies. I haven't used my Pyrocitor at all yet, and that's mainly because it tends to work better on smaller enemies. It's good for like big crowds of enemies because you can just like sweep around and like flame them all. Not the best on like these big ones, I find. I find like the Bomb Glove works better on them because you can stay far away from them that way. But there's a good amount of weapons to choose from. They unlock gradually as you go through the game. There's only a couple at the shop right now, but you know they'll fill up their stock as you progress. Typically, this game is designed in a way so that you get certain weapons at the shop at a point in the game where you'll find they're probably the most useful. It's called game design. I mean, there are a few duds. Every Ratchet and Clank game has like at least 1 or 2 weapons that are kind of crap. Like, there's like, you know, there's like 20 or so weapons in this game. Not all of them are going to be winners. Like every Ratchet and Clank game has at least one weapon that's like, I don't really like this very much. But then again, you know, that could just be me. There are probably some weapons that I hate that other people love. You never know, really. Like, I don't hate any of the weapons in this game, and all of them are optional, technically. Like, I said earlier that there are, like, mandatory paywalls here and there, like that info bot I just bought from the plumber just now. As for weapons, which is what you'll be spending most of your money on, all of them are technically optional. You don't actually have to buy any of them if you don't want to. It is technically possible to beat this entire game with just the wrench. It's really, really difficult, but like I've seen it. It's technically possible to do that. Not that I've ever done that, and I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I have the patience for that. But yeah, you don't. If there's a weapon where you're like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I vibe with this. You don't have to buy it. I mean, once you have bought it, it's yours, and you can't like sell it or anything. So you know. And if you never buy it, you won't actually know how it works, and know if you like it. So it's kind of that. But and the game doesn't really seem to offer like a description of what the weapon does before you buy it. You kind of just have to just buy it and wait and see. That's something that other games implement, though. You know, this is the first game in the series, so it's not like not everything is like completely 100% fully thought out. Also, thank you speaking for the raid. I don't know if I said thank you specifically for that. Yeah, that's something that other games improve on here and there. They like actually tell you what the weapon does before you buy it. I think a couple of the games even have like a training simulator that allows you to test out the weapon before you buy it. Just to see if you vibe with it, which is a really cool feature. I think only like one game actually does that, which is kind of weird. I think Ratchet and Clank 3 has that feature where you can test out the weapon in a simulator before buying it. And I don't think they actually bring that feature back in future games, which is kind of weird. They have other ways of like letting you know. Some of the games have like a TV style advertisement to tell you about how the weapon works, which is very charming in its own way. But yeah, in this game, you kind of just have to buy it and try it out. And if you don't like it, then, well, sorry, you can't get your money back, I'm afraid. Obviously, I played this game a bunch of times, so I know what all the weapons do. I'm probably just going to buy all the weapons anyway, just for the sake of showing them all off and, you know, completionist kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, this controller doesn't really work very well with the PS3. Like, I'm trying to use my my triangle quick select to select the pyrocita, but pressing diagonally on this controller doesn't work all the time. Like, it's not switching to it whenever I need it, so I think the next time I play this, I'm gonna use a different controller. Yeah, this weapon's good for, like, these crowds of smaller enemies. Also, yeah, I am selecting my weapons through this quick select, but you can select your weapons on the pause menu like this. Even here, they don't give you a description of what the weapon does. Huh. I kind of thought that they did. I guess I forgot. I guess they have Ratchet in the corner there, who kind of like shows it off, but that doesn't really tell you much about how the weapon actually works. Then again, it's not like the weapons in this game are all that complex. You know, they're pretty simple. You know, this is a glove that allows you to throw bombs. You've got a flamethrower. You know, there's other ones like rocket launchers, you know, landmines, blasters. You know, none of the weapons in this game are all that wacky. The weapons get wackier as the series goes on, to be honest. This game keeps it pretty tame. There is a there is a weapon in this game that is pretty. There are like a couple that are pretty goofy, but again, pretty tame by later game standards.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take
Info
my
bot looks so
That's
cute.
all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, we find a lot of these info bots throughout the game, and they typically have like little commercials or advertisements for stuff.
Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al.
This is the guy we're trying to find. The guy in green. We're looking for him so that he can take out the big bad for us.
If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime, or just fighting grime.
Why is it in the future that the screen looks like a freaking CRT? I guess nostalgia's like a big thing in the future.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me?
Not yet.
Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Now that you have coordinates to 2 new planets, you can
Oh
use
yeah, Ratchet's eyelid was kind of clipping into his head there. That's probably another PS3 glitch. Yeah, any glitches on the PS3 version of this game is really just visual. There's nothing that actually affects the game as far as I can remember. There's actually one glitch from the PS2 version that they patched in this version, which is a shame because that glitch in the PS2 version was super useful for like farming bolts. You're not really able to do it until really late in the game, but for getting like end game stuff, it's pretty useful. You can still trigger the glitch, it's just harder to do on PS3. Just funny. Of all the glitches that they could have fixed, they fixed the one that's actually kind of useful. Okay, useful thing about this game is that you can look at the map and it'll highlight yellow places that you've been to, and places that are grey are places you haven't been to. Not the dark grey bits, like the lighter grey bits. The dark grey bits are just like, you know, out of bounds areas, like walls and buildings and stuff. But you can also press X to view your missions, and it'll tell you everything that you can do in the planet, and it'll even check them for you, and tell you what missions you completed. Right now it's saying I've done everything I can do here, so you can leave. Some of the missions, like on that screen, will be optional, but the game doesn't tell you which missions are optional, so I find it's better to just do everything before leaving. Sometimes you won't be able to do everything. You'll need a upgrade or something, and then you'll have to come back later. But I'd recommend like trying to do as much as you can before progressing, so you don't have to backtrack quite so much. But it's pretty cool that the game is pretty, you know, tells you what stuff you've done where, which is cool. That's the kind of feature that I would expect of a sequel. So it's cool that they did it the first time around. Okay, so we've got 2 new planets we can go to. Those are info bots that I found. I found 2 of them, one from the plumber and one from that chairman guy. Most info bots in this game will give you coordinates to new planets, so that's how you progress. So we got 2. We can go to Planet Iridia or Planet Kerwan. I'm going to go to Kerwan first, even though Iridia is first on this list. I'm going to go to Kerwan first because there is a upgrade there that is really good, so I'm going to go there first. You have a bit of leeway as to like where you go first. I'm pretty sure you have to go to every planet. I don't think there's a planet in this game that is 100% optional. I think you have to go to everywhere. But, you know, why would you not want to explore the content within this video game? There's only like 1 planet in this game that I dislike. But even that 1 planet that I dislike, I think is kind of cool on a conceptual level. I just think it's kind of boring to play. Yes, this is like the most like sci-fi future city in the game. Also, this is probably one of, if not one of the most like iconic levels in the series in general. This planet comes back in the series like a few times actually. Oh yeah, one really cool thing that like this series does a lot is that they always have like at the beginning of the level, they always have like these big like, you know, big wide shots where it shows you like a nice like bit of the background. Like we can see all these buildings and cars going around. They have a lot of like these really like cinematic shots a lot of the time when you first enter a level, which is really cool. Like that bridge over there, I'm pretty sure you go there. Like later in the level. Typically, they'll try and point the camera at a place that's like way farther into the level. It's a really cool like way of teasing like what you're in for later. I still think this game holds up pretty visually. Granted, I am playing like the HD version, but you know.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Okay, we can afford this new weapon, the blaster. Again, doesn't really tell you what it does, but it's pretty clear what this one does. You hold and shoot. It's a gun. It's just a gun. Despite how simple this weapon is, it's probably one of my favorites in the game because I love the sound it makes when you fire it. Like, I just wasted a ton of ammo on that demonstration, but love that sound. I love the, you know, that's a good sound, love that. I'll stop wasting ammo now. Also, it's just pretty consistently useful throughout the game. It does kind of get outclassed by later weapons, but it's still pretty good.
Welcome to the Captain Quark Fitness Course. If you're strong enough, fast enough, and clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive a reward from my head trainer. Simply make your way to the third island to complete the course. Good luck. Quark Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Cool.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank,
Yes?
do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Well, I
Iconic
find the fact
moment.
that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And why do you think that is?
Possibly an injury incurred while battling evil?
This isn't the real Captain Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Oh.
Aw. Little guy. Actually, can I talk to him again and get extra dialogue? I vaguely remember that.
That's right, fitness fans. Just make it to the third island to claim your reward. And don't forget to tune in this week as I, Captain Quark, appear in person to present the grand prize for the hoverboard
I love his hand
championship
movements.
held in Blackwater City.
For being a robot, his voice actually comes through very clearly. Like, his voice is, like, very clear. You can hear it very clearly, despite being a robot. Then again, so is Clank. Even then, Clank still has, like, a little bit of a robotic sound to his voice, but, you know, his voice comes through pretty clearly. But this guy literally has a speaker on his face. I guess this is the future. They would... In the future, I mean, even now, I guess, like, voices on, like, speakers that we have nowadays are pretty lifelike, so... I don't know how far in the future this is. It's not like, you know, this is, like, based on, like the planet Earth is not in this game or whatever. Not yet. Who knows? Yeah, this is very, like, obviously fictional, but, I couldn't tell you, like, what the year is. It's not really important. It's, this game takes place in the future. The vague future. However far in the future it is, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about with my controller not working very well with this game. I'm currently pulling the analog stick as far as it'll go, but he's only walking. Yeah, so my PS4 controller doesn't work very well with this. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the next time I play this game, I'm probably gonna switch to a different controller. It's only diagonal movements, that's the problem. Just have to deal with it for now. It's kind of annoying, because I don't really like PS3 controllers. Especially after, like, playing, like, with other controllers. I don't know, PS3 controllers, they're really small, and I don't know, they're just kind of bleh. It's kind of weird that the difference between there's like no difference between the PS3 controller and the PS2. There was like barely any innovation there. Maybe it's because it wasn't necessary, but I don't know. I wish I could buy some kind of like off-brand PS3 controller. That it's a PS3 controller, but it's shaped like a PS4 or 5 controller. Just because that's what I'm used to. But like the internal components are all PS3. It's my ideal controller, I think. I don't know if something like that exists. I feel like something like that might be possible to make, to build. Okay, we've got another iconic... I know I said earlier that this game has a lot of one-off characters, but it's occurring to me that this game actually has a handful of characters, at least early on in the game, that are reoccurring, so...
Listen up, you loudballs! That
Case in
was
point.
the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course!
What do you mean?
We finished the circuit, ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it is weak, weak, weak! When I was competing, I would devour courses like that for breakfast!
Bet that's not all.
If it were up to me, you would drill for the rest of the day!
This cutscene cracked me the hell up when I was little. Bear in mind I was like 4 or 5.
Captain Quark knows about us?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot, so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
All right, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today, the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you
Oh yeah,
pay.
we're going another paywall,
That
yeah.
prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad, life's not fair.
Yeah, and the game is pretty upfront about being like, yeah, you have to pay, sorry. It's just how the game works. The game, I don't know, the game is pretty cheeky about it. I don't really like, I say like paywall, I say it like it's a bad thing. It's just how the game's designed. The game's designed to be this way. It's fine. I don't actually care. I don't think it's a bad decision. I mean, later games in the series don't have these paywalls anymore. Like I think Ratchet Clank 3 is probably the last game that really has them. They kind of like gradually like fade them out, but I don't actually mind, although I do mind currently because I actually don't have enough money to pay for it, so I'll have to come back in a little bit. I should have gone the other pathway first, because then I'd have enough money to buy it. But yeah, that character is also a reoccurring character. Not in this game, but she does show up in a later game. Spoiler.
I got some great bargains.
I'm fine on ammo.
To quickly center the camera, just tap the L1 button.
It's a pretty random place to tell me how to center the camera. Oh yeah, I can't believe I keep forgetting, but another reason why I wanted to play this now is because I plan on making a video about this game soon. Just in case like anyone listening to this doesn't know, I have a main YouTube channel where I make little edited videos on games I like. I'm still pretty new to the whole process, but I recently uploaded a video that seemed to go over fairly well, so I'm getting the hang of things. But yeah, I'd like to make I'd like one of my next videos to be about this game, so that's another reason why I'm playing it now. I'm not gathering footage right now or anything, mainly because I don't think I'm able to.
Accurately aim the blaster.
I thought it'd be good to play this game on stream because I'd like to stream this game. Also, it'd be good to, because I haven't played this game in a few years, so it'd be good to like get it fresh in my mind. So it might be useful to refer to this stream later when I'm writing the script for this video that I plan on doing. It probably won't be the next video I make. I'm currently working on another video, but this probably will be I'll probably make a video on this game after that one, hopefully, unless I change my mind. I'm a little bit nervous about it though, because I've never made a video on a game as a whole, like a full game, just talking about a game fully. Like, I want to make a video about this game, like giving my thoughts on it in full. Like, I guess call it a review. I don't really want to call it that, because review makes it sound more official than it actually is. I'd just be giving my silly little thoughts on a game I like. But my videos that I've made so far have all been like, just videos on like individual segments or levels from a game. I haven't made a video on like a full game yet. And I'm a little bit nervous about it, because there's, you know, there's a lot to cover and stuff, but I feel like I want this to be the first game I do it for, because I know this game pretty well. I know it like backwards and forwards. I feel like I could talk about it. I really like it. And it's not too complicated, so it'd be a good starting point, I think. There's like a good balance. There's enough to talk about, but it's not too complicated, and I know a lot about it and I like it. So I feel like I could talk about it without, you know, saying a ton of like wrong stuff or like making mistakes, so I'm sure I will make mistakes, but it's okay. As of right now, I'm still very nervous for some reason. I said at the beginning of the stream that I was nervous because I'm streaming off a PS3 and I don't normally do that, and, you know, there's wires everywhere. I'm like out of breath as well. Is it like, is it common for like to be out of breath when you're nervous? Like, or maybe it's because I'm talking a lot, I don't know. I feel like I'm not talking too much more than usual. I feel like I just need to be a bit more calm. I have a bit of like, you know, anxiety. I get paranoid quite easily, so. Like, it's not serious or anything. I've never had like a panic attack or anything, but I'm a little worrywart. And I worry over silly things, admittedly. Okay, iconic scene. Also, ignore the fact that his, that like he's, looks a little bit odd. It's another PS3 glitch.
Nerd. I like him.
Yeah, you can see his body is like clipping into itself.
Well, we saw your Infobot announcement.
Like his model's a little bit iffy looking.
We thought you could help us.
That's a PS3 glitch.
However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying.
What the frick does Natch mean?
Of course, I'll just need my...
Oh, is that like slang for naturally? I always thought he said match. Which I guess doesn't make a lot of sense either. Huh. Having subtitles on actually helps quite a bit. I don't think I've ever played this game with subtitles on before, so kind of helps.
Ratchet, am I cool now?
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
Oh man, now I don't have enough money for the swing shot, but the helipack is better. Like, check this crap out. Like, wow.
Try using the helipack's boost jump feature to climb these boxes.
So yeah, as well as weapons,
Then jump.
there's also gadgets, which we can view from this screen. This is our first gadget that we have. The helipack, an upgrade for Clank, which makes him more useful. I do just kind of enjoy having Clank around as like our little sassy backpack. He's adorable. But yeah, this is where Clank's usefulness gameplay-wise really comes into play, because he essentially acts as a movement upgrade for Ratchet. So, you know, we can do a long jump, we can do a high jump, we can glide. and it's cool. And the fact that he grows like little helicopter limbs is really charming and cute.
You'll need your new Helipack stretch jump feature to cross this gap. While you're running, crouch using the R1 button and then jump.
The voice is kind of quiet on my end, but there's like, in the sound settings, there's no option for that. It's just sound effects and music. I imagine she would be affected by sound effects, but it's currently up to full, so there's nothing I can really do about that. Either my headphones are dodgy, or the sound mixing in this game isn't as good as I remember it being. Now that I think about it, some of the voices are hard to hear in cutscenes as well.
Jump, and then press and hold the X button in mid-air to glide.
Oh yeah, one like downside. Again, this game has some like dated aspects to it. Like I'm used to some of the refinements that the sequels make. As much as I like this game and I have a lot of nostalgia for it, it's probably one of the games in the series that I enjoy going back to the least just because of how dated it feels compared to the others. Like visually it looks perfectly fine to me. I think the visuals hold up very well, but like the gameplay is a bit dated compared to the others, but I can't really like judge it too hard because this is the first time. It's hard, I can't really judge it all that much. But yeah, one thing that this game, downside to this game, is that you have this quick select wheel. Again, you can select your weapons manually through the pause menu, so if you want to like pause and take your time. Same with gadgets. But you can customize your quick select wheel so that you can hold down the triangle button to select your weapons on the fly. One downside is that the game doesn't pause while you're on your weapons quick select menu. Like the gameplay still goes even when you're trying to select your weapons through the quick select. Thankfully, the second game, the sequel to this one, immediately makes that change so that the game does actually pause while you're on your quick select. Which is a good feature, it's just a shame that this game doesn't have that. It's not that bad. Again, if you want to select your weapons and take your time with it, you can just do it through the pause menu. Okay, now that we have the helipack, there's one thing I want to try. I want to try and glide over to this statue over here. It's not important, but there is like a little Easter egg with it. Not really an Easter egg, it's like a very deliberate like thing in the game. There we go. Just down to skill point. Yeah, this game has skill points. We can't see them because you can't like check your skill points until after the game's been beaten. But skill points are basically like they're kind of like trophies, like PlayStation trophies before they were a thing. It's something carried over from the Spyro games. Like the company that made this game, Insomniac, they're still around today, still making Ratchet Clank games even. They're probably well known now for making the Spider-Man games. But they were originally the creators of the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy on PlayStation 1, and that's the trilogy that introduced skill points, and that's something that carried over into Ratchet and Clank. But yeah, skill points are basically little hidden secrets. Skill points do actually serve a function, but that's for the post-game. You can still collect them on your first playthrough if you know where they are, or if you just find them if you're lucky. But yeah, they're pretty tucked away. I don't know if I remember where all of them are. There's like, I don't know, there's like 40, 50 or so of them. But yeah, the skill point I just got there was for gliding over to that spinning statue and standing under its legs. But there's other ones too, just for doing little secrets. They're not necessary, they don't really get you anything that helps you gameplay-wise, it's mainly just little secrets. But still, how charming is that? It's something that the later games don't really have, just because, again, they're like PlayStation trophies, so they're not as necessary now. I don't know if I'll get all the skill points in this playthrough, I'm not sure. Depends how hard they are. I probably won't 100% this game, because in order to 100% this game, you actually have to play through it twice. More than twice, even. But I think I'm going to 100% it as far as I can in this one playthrough. God, I'm still, like, kind of running out of breath. Again, it might be because I'm talking so much, but I don't think I'm talking all that more than I would do normally. I don't feel too nervous anymore. So I don't know why I'm still running out of breath. Hopefully I feel a bit better later. Whoop. Unless I'm feeling unwell today. I don't feel that bad though. I feel pretty normal. I tend to get like this when I'm nervous about stuff, and I'm just nervous about streaming this game, I think. Should be better later. Oh yeah, this. There's these little doodads hidden around. We can't do anything with them right now, but they'll be important later. Well, no, they won't be important. Saying they're important is a bit of an overstatement. They're there. They have a purpose. It's not a very substantial purpose or even useful purpose, but they have a purpose. This is like Crate Central. I'm actually going to go up here first. Yeah, another reason why I'm playing this game today is because I guess I'm just kind of in a Ratchet and Clank mood. The most recent Ratchet and Clank game that came out, Rift Apart, that came out in like a couple years ago on the PS5. I was playing that recently, and I recently finished it for like the 4th or so time. It's a really good game. And I guess playing that game just kind of put me in a Ratchet and Clank mood. So here I am. And I thought, if I'm gonna play it, I might as well stream it. I could have also just like played it off stream, but still recorded my playthrough for footage if I do want to make a video about it later. Did I fall off? Oh no, there I am. I just loaded out. I was like gone for a second. I was like, what? I don't think I've like died yet in this game actually. Humble brag. Again, I said before, I know this game like backwards and forwards. It's fine. If I like decide I want to play some of the other Ratchet and Clank games on stream, I probably won't do as well because I probably don't know them as well. I mean, I know the other Ratchet and Clank games pretty well, but they're a bit tougher just because they're more like I guess you could say more skills based. I don't know. They're a bit, the action is more chaotic in the later games, let's say. Like in this game, it's never too much more complicated than point and shoot. In the later games, combat gets a bit more intricate. Not like complex, but like there's a bit more to it. In a good way. They expand on the combat. Also, hi there Tito, howdy gamers, hi, how you doing? I remember you were around for my Sonic Unleashed stream, was it? I think, if I recall. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Howdy to you. I'm playing one of my favorite games, or at least one of my favorite game series. This one in particular isn't necessarily one of my favorites in the series, but you know, I still really like it. Okay, just having a look around. I'm still like, I've still got like, I'm still a bit annoy voice. Maybe if I stop talking about it, it'll help. It's kind of hard for me to ignore.
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek. Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. We must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see,
I hope the volume's okay. The dialogue in this game is kind of quiet compared to everything else I've noticed. There's nothing I can do about that, because there are only two settings in the options menu. One for sound effects and one for music, which doesn't really help.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
I only got to play these on my cousin's PSP as a kid. I did love Rift Apart, which is the latest release, I believe. Yeah, it is. I was just saying earlier that I recently played it for like the 4th time, which is kind of what put me in the mood to stream this. Yeah, Rift Apart is great. I love that the series is still going strong, even now. This series is about as old as I am. This game came out in 2002, and I was born in 2001, so I'm technically older than this game. But it's really cool to grow up alongside a series of games that you like. Same with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is a series that's about as old as I am as well, so... Okay, we've gone down every path in this level, every major path, but there are a couple little extras things we can do. Like if we go over here, there's a little secret area that we couldn't get to before, but now we can, because I have the helipack. Also, we need to buy the swing shot from the fitness lady. Same, 2001 was when I spawned too. You just manifested into being. The planets aligned, and then you manifested like a flame. Yeah. Yeah, Rift Apart is really good. Fun fact about this game, the voice actor for Ratchet, it has been the same guy in every game except for this one. This is the only game, this is the first one. This is the only game where Ratchet is voiced by someone different. From the second game onwards, he's voiced by the same guy, even today, which is pretty interesting. I wonder why they decided to change it. I prefer Ratchet's like newer voice, so I think it was a good decision, but I wonder why. Oh, but yeah, but you mentioned the PSP games. It's interesting that you say that, because the PSP Ratchet Clank games are considered not that good. So I don't know how good a first impression those would have been. Like, they're not terrible or anything, but like they're not like a good representation of the series at its best, if that makes sense. But I've played them and I liked them fine. Also, can I see through this wall? Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, I could take this taxi. What's nice is that this game does have like shortcuts to take you back to places you've been to before, which is nice. I could take this taxi to get me back to the where the swing shot is being sold, but I actually want to go the long way because there's another secret that we can get. I don't think I could comprehend what a bad game was at the time, so I didn't dislike it, to my memory that is. Me too, I'm like that. Or I was like that, where I was like too young to really know what a bad game was. Like when I was little, gaming was such a fascinating thing to me that like the idea of a game being bad was something I never considered, so... yeah, I think I probably wouldn't have minded either. Oh, a bolt. Just grab that. So yeah, Ratchet's a pretty acrobatic lad. I don't actually know how old Ratchet's supposed to be. He's got to be like late teens, maybe early 20s, or something like that. He's not like young, even though he is kind of a little guy. It's just that his species is kind of small. Exactly. They're only the games I made progress and the games I never made it past tutorial until adulthood. Actually, I'm gonna look up Ratchet's age on Google while I collect this bolt. I wish I had my the Alexa in this room to tell me. Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet's age. How old is this guy? 22? Yeah, but in which game? Like, Ratchet's age in which game? Because it's kind of like, you know, time passes. According to a magazine unlock in the game, which happens on this year, he is 15 or 17 years old, depending on which source you go with. Okay, so about what I assume. Like late teens. But you know, these games do progress and he gets older. Oh crap! Whoops. I got a bit trigger happy for a sec there. Yeah, there are a few different kinds of crates. I just, like, whacked some exploding ones on accident. It's usually better to throw your wrench at them to explode them. Like that. So you're not hit by the blast. I just wasn't thinking. I like when games age with the characters too. Sonic Formula is still nice too, though. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, who knows how old Mario's supposed to be, but, you know, it's not really about the characters' ages, really. They're themselves. But, yeah, Ratchet does progress. Honestly, I feel like Ratchet in this game, this is the first game, he's probably at his most unlikable in this game. He's not, like, that unlikable, but... There's a point in this game in particular where Ratchet's kind of a bit of an arse. At this point in the game, he's pretty, you know, cheeky and, you know, sassy and all that, and it's fun and all and stuff. But Ratchet does like mature a bit as he gets older, but he never like loses his, you know, wit and, you know, that little bit of edge to him. Though he does get a bit more mature as the games go on. It's pretty cool to see, actually. Clank, on the other hand, the robot that we're with, Clank's pretty consistent throughout the series, but that's because he was pretty level-headed from the start. Also, he's a robot. Hi, Pixel in chat. Hope stream is going well. Hit a lurk. Sure thing, Kiwi. I appreciate it. Just give me serotonin and stories. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's, like, no... Like, there's no, like, better way to go about writing a story, like, you know. We can just have some fun stories with some characters that we like that, you know, and, you know, maybe they don't change a ton, but that's okay. I mean, with like, Sonic as an example, Sonic's the kind of character where he's so, like, sure of himself and confident all the time, that the Sonic games aren't really so much about Sonic developing or Sonic changing, but more like how Sonic's personality affects other people and how he, like, changes others. And that's kind of an aspect, because he's so, like, sure of himself and confident all the time, that's a part of his character that makes him likable. Just because he's, you know, he's very consistent in the good way. Having characters that grow is good too. Like, you know, Tails is an example of that.
Real men can swing without silly toys like that. The two of you make me sick.
I love Clank's cute little wave there when she flies off. That's adorable.
Use it on standard Versa targets like the ones nearby. If the target is out of view, use the L1 button to aim.
So yeah, we just got the Gadgetron Swing Shot. The Swing Shot is actually a gadget that's, I think, in almost every Ratchet and Clank game. And the reason why is because it's essentially a grappling hook. And who doesn't love a good grappling hook? I feel like any game could... a grappling hook could only really benefit a game. I'm exaggerating, but still. But yeah, the Swing Shot is a gadget that's pretty reoccurring. It's in most of the games. Because, you know, Grappling hooks are fun. I don't make the rules, that's just how it is. Okay, so we've pretty much done everything on this planet. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this, but Ratchet's pretty nimble. He can, like, backflip and crap. And side flip. I haven't really had much use to do that so far. Actually, there is one other thing we can do while we're here. I said that I know where most of the hidden secret collectibles are. We just gotta jump off this cliff. And we can glide down here. We can find a little secret little doodad. I was like blown away when I found this for the first time. I was like, oh my god. Because I think I found this just by falling off the cliff on accident when I was little. And I was like, whoa. It's crazy. Yeah, this game hides its little secret collectibles pretty well. But like the collectibles aren't crucial, so it's okay that they're hidden very well. Because they do have a purpose, but they're not like really super mega important. But it's pretty cool if you find one. Also, there is a gadget that you get near the very end of the game that makes hunting for collectibles a lot easier. So the game does have like a little pick-me-up. Let's hop back on our ship. Okay, so we have still another couple planets to go to. We can either go to planet Iridia or planet Eudora. Iridia has... I mean, I want to go to all the planets, so let's just go. I think we have to be here. Oh, this is where we get the hoverboard, and we need the hoverboard for progression, so yeah. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying all this. I'm going to go everywhere anyway. I don't particularly care much for dark and light gloomy looking planets or light locations in games, but you gotta have that variety in visuals, so... Yeah, once again, I said it earlier, but every Ratchet Clank game, well not every game, but pretty much every planet, when you leave the ship, it starts you by pointing the camera at something cool or interesting looking. Like the camera's pointing at that big building over there, and it's like, hey, maybe you should go there. Like, I don't know, it's a pretty cool bit of game design where when you start, the camera is often doing like this really cinematic shot at something. Something worth looking at. And a lot of the games do that, even like Rift Apart does that from time to time. It's cool to see how much of this series has changed throughout the years, but there's also a lot of things that stayed the same. We've got sand sharks on the double. I really need to go to the bathroom right now. I've been drinking too much water. Sorry if that's maybe a bit too much information, but I'm just being honest. I've had a bit too much water. I drink a lot of water on stream because, you know, my voice hurts after a while. Oh crap. My analog stick was bugging out for a sec there. Oh yeah, there's a pretty cool detail about this game that I would like to share. This is a pretty good time. So there's a few different weapons for you to choose from. And when you switch to a weapon, usually they'll have like a pretty cool little animation for when you equip them. So like you can see them kind of like coming together. The bomb glove is not a very good example of that because it just kind of pops into existence. But the blaster light kind of like, you know, comes out. One cool detail though is that if you equip a weapon that is particularly destructive or like big, Ratchet will make this expression. Hold on. So he'll make like a "I'm gonna murder everyone" face, which is a really fun detail. Yeah, like when that like goes for like some of the more like powerful weapons in the game. Yes, as I said, the Pyrociter is a good weapon for crowds, like these little sand sharks. And even the music here is pretty good. Okay, there's a guy over there. Okay, I'm actually, it's becoming a lot harder to ignore the fact that I really need to go to the bathroom, so again, I've been drinking too much water. So I'll just be a minute, I'll be fast. So if you could bear with me for just a minute, I'll leave you with the music while I'm gone, and let me just plop this on the screen. Go ahead, no worries. I'll plop this on the screen, and I'll up the volume for you. Okay, be right back. I'm back. I'm gonna remember to take this off of the screen, because there have been a few times where I forget to take it off, and then it's just on the screen for like, like however long, and I feel embarrassed because I didn't take it off. Hopefully you can hear me again. I think I unmuted. Yeah, I think so. I can see you're grooving in the chat. Yeah, I can't believe I've gone this long and I haven't really talked about the music of this game all that much. Yeah, this game's soundtrack is freaking brilliant. I was like editing some videos recently and I just decided to pull up this game's entire soundtrack to listen to while I was working on them. I was like, damn, what's some good tunes? I'd actually say, like I said earlier, that out of all the Ratchet Clank games that I played, because I actually haven't played all of them. I played all of like the major ones. It's just some of the like spin-off-y games I haven't played. I'd say this one is probably my least favorite to play gameplay-wise. Just because, you know, this is the first game, so it's not really this game's fault, really. But it's just that the other games are just refined. And gameplay-wise, this game is a little bit dated compared to the sequels. But one thing I will say that this game probably does the best is music. I think this game probably has one of the best soundtracks in the series. It's pretty interesting that they got it so well on the first go. And like, yeah, the other games have really good music too. Like Ratchet Clank 2 and 3 also have really great music as well. But it could be nostalgia, maybe. I don't know, because I played this game more than any other. Yeah, it's got some damn good music in this game. And it's like pretty consistently good too. It also, the music just fits the game very well. You know, the futuristic space setting. But yeah, there's a lot to like about this game, music included. One thing I really like, as someone who's like grown up with the series, is the story, because this game does have like lore. Well, not this game. This game is pretty simple. I don't think they really had like much of like a much like planned as far as this game goes. But the series has quite a bit of lore to it. There's a lot of world building, and like the games connect on occasion. Like largely, this is a series where you can jump in basically anywhere and you'll be fine. But you know, there are a lot of references to older games. There's a good sense of continuity, I'll say. It's not like something like Kingdom Hearts where you probably should play all the games in order to fully understand what's going on. This series isn't quite like that, but there is like continuity. There's like, they reference older events, old characters pop up from occasion. It's never like crucial that you know who they are or how Ratchet met them, but it's a fun series to follow, because if you play the games in order, then you'll get the references and it's fun. And the PS3 era of Ratchet and Clank made things a lot more story heavy. So there are times where you should probably play previous games, but it's fun to like follow these characters and the story as it goes, because it's not like there's like a big end goal or like goal these characters are working towards. They're kind of just living their lives and doing their thing. But it's just cool to see what kinds of shenanigans they'll get up to. Like in Rift Apart, where the different music played in different dimensions. Yeah. Yeah, Rift Apart's got really good music. It's not Rift Apart's soundtrack. It's not the kind of soundtrack that's like. It's not like an earworm kind of soundtrack where, like, you know, you get some of them stuck in your head. Honestly, if I'm trying to think of like music from that game, and I can't think of much of it off the top of my head. It's not like, I guess it's not catchy, but it's very effective. The music in Rift Apart is very effective, and it serves the game well. It's just not like super catchy like this game. Yeah, the different dimensions having like changing music is a really nice touch. This game also has it so that certain areas sometimes switch up the music depending on like the vibe of it. Like for certain platforming segments, the music might change to be a bit more upbeat and, you know, fun.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is
This guy's kind of like, you know, like Bada Bing, you know?
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent
More of
without a
rad-fitting
is like a flea
ambience
without a
for me.
dog.
Yeah,
Say, you look like an
I'd say.
If you can bring back the
There's
kids
no like bad
and
way
the
of doing
other places in
music.
Blackwater City,
I mean,
I'll
there's
give you my
good or
next
bad
stop.
execution,
We
obviously,
have
but
no
yeah.
time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Okay, these ramps we can't interact with yet. That's for a gadget that we don't have yet, so we'll have to backtrack later. I mean, that stuff is optional, but still. Okay, we have to bring the prize from the hoverboard races. How come you're so freaking tall? I don't think you were that tall in the cutscene. This might be another glitch on the PS3 version. I'm playing the PS3 version of this game, by the way. This is a PS2 game, but I'm playing the PS3 version. And the PS3 versions are a little bit buggy, so, you know, they're still in HD and 60 FPS, widescreen, all that stuff, so I still, you know, play these over the PS2 versions. Also, I lost my PS2 like 3 years ago and I can't find it. But yeah, there are some bugs. I'll point out whenever there's a bug that's just for the PS3 version. What I really want is for these games to be ported onto modern systems, please. Because I don't like having to dig up the old PS3 in order to play these. That's not the case for the newer games like Rift Apart. Obviously that's on PS5, so that's not a problem, but... I have my PS2 tucked with my OG Xbox in a drawer. I never had an Xbox when I was little. I have an Xbox now. I have a Series S, but that's my first one. Yeah, I don't know where my PS2 is. It's actually really upsetting. Because we moved house a few years ago, and I don't think I left it behind, but I haven't been able to find it. I think it's got to be tucked in a box somewhere, like in the loft or something, but I've looked and I can't find it anywhere, and it's been missing ever since. Like, I'm pretty sure we didn't leave it in the old house, because, you know, we were pretty thorough. And I feel like I remember packing it, so I have no idea where it's gone.
It's him, Skid McMarx.
Oh, this guy's in Rift Apart, actually. This is another reoccurring character.
You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw ya, screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarx, but Ratchet 9...
I want a hoverboard.
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
Sweet. Yeah, unfortunately we don't get to use the hoverboard whenever we want. It's not that kind of gadget. We can use it to enter hoverboard races, but it's not something we can use whenever. This game isn't really designed for high-speed travel. Tell you what though, one of my favourite inclusions from later in the series is the hover boots. Rift Apart had them, but they originated from Ratchet Clank: A Crack in Time. I think that game came out in 2009. But yeah, hover boots, one of my favourite inclusions in the series. So fun. They just allow you to like zip around everywhere, it's really fun. Okay, there's a bomb ball here. Yeah, I remember pretty much where all the secrets are, I think. I might forget one here or there, but I think I remember where most of the secrets are. Pretty cool little secret. You can even see it from this grate on the other side, and you're like, where's that located? And then you might see this wall and you can bomb it. I think that's how I found it when I was little. I don't think I looked that one up. I think I was like, ooh, bombable wall. It's like Zelda. Holy crap! Flame him. Oh yeah, so there is a health system in this game. I don't know how to get it up on the screen, but we do have health. It's those 4 little swirly things at the top of the screen. So we only have 4 hit points, but you know there's health supplies everywhere. That little swirly blue crate over there is you can collect it and it will heal. What I really find cool about the way the nanotech looks, which is what our health is called, is that the swirly thing kind of looks like... If you've ever seen the PlayStation 2 startup screen, like the PlayStation 2 home menu, it's kind of got these like swirly lights around it, and it looks like this. I'm wondering if they made it look like that for that reason. Or if it was more of a coincidence. I like to think it was somewhat intentional. Pretty cool, either way. Oh, crap! Hey, you're right. I think they still look like that, even in the newer games. It's just not as easy to see them. Because they make them a lot smaller. But, yeah, the PS2 startup always used to freak me out when I was younger. Like the, you know, as you load up the PS2, that always used to freak me out. I don't know what it is. Like the PS1, I never had a PS1, but I've heard the PS1 startup. And yeah, the PS1 startup probably would have freaked me out as well. So I don't know why they were trying to scare their players. Okay, there's one more sand shark left. Oh, there it is.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
You've just acquired a Gadgetron Z3000 hoverboard. Use your new hoverboard at the racetrack in Blackwater City on Planet Railroad.
Cool. We got hoverboard. The hoverboard races in this game are pretty fun. The piano slam, yeah, it scared me a lot, and the menu music kind of freaked me out. Yeah, I mean, there isn't really much menu music on the home menu on the PS2 from what I recall. It's mainly just like ambience. And just like, I don't know, like ocean sounds or whatever. Still freaked me out. Like, it was really just kind of, like, scary silence. Because it's like, you feel so alone, or are you? One of those kinds of things. Okay, it's time for another segment of pointing out a thing in this game that I think is really cool. Take a look at some of our weapons. Check out the blaster. One thing about the way like everything in this game looks, like all the technology, even though this is the future and it's all very futuristic and stuff, I really enjoy how, even though it is the future, it's not that high-tech looking, really. Like, the way like some of the weapons look, they do look a little bit like, you know, they look kind of like prototypes almost. Like they don't look very clean looking. And all the technology in this game kind of looks like that. Even the menus, like looking at this menu, it's kind of like got like this CRT vibe to it. And that's really charming. And what's even more charming about that is that the technology kind of gets more clean and futuristic as the games go on. Like the second game, like the gadgets and weapons get a bit more cleaner. And it kind of gets more and more so as the games go on. And then like the newest one, Rift Apart, everything is really futuristic and the menus are really like futuristic and like cool looking, and it's a really cool detail.
I got some great bargains for you.
I mean, some people will argue that the menus in this game are the best because they look the most charming with, you know, how they look and stuff. And I don't disagree with that, but I do like the progression of how they look in the games as they go. Okay, there's one other area that we need to go to before we leave. The one when it goes red, I mean. I forgot if it's a memory card issue or when a disc is scratched, but the rest game is creepy for me. Really? I don't remember that. I don't think I ever had any, like, memory card or disc trouble, so I don't actually remember. I want to Google that later. I want to, like, YouTube that. Because I don't remember. Like, I might... Like, there's a little, like... Maybe in the back of my mind, maybe I did see it, but I don't remember it. I'll have to give that a look, because I'm actually really curious. Actually, I'm gonna YouTube that now. It's going to be nagging at the back of my mind if I don't look at it now. Hold on, I'm going to quickly put it up on YouTube. On my phone, sorry, I'm not going to put it up on the stream. I don't really... I can't really do that right now. PS2 home screen fail. PlayStation 2 startup noise. The red screen of death. There's a video with 3.4 million views. Yeah, that is scary. There's that horror movie. Oh, the first comment I'm seeing on this video. I love how everyone has some sort of traumatic recollection of being a kid and seeing this. Cool, it's not just me then. Yeah, that's pretty scary. I don't think I ever really got that screen all that much. I don't think I ever had a problem with my stuff, but yeah, that's pretty scary. The whisper. So creepy the first time alone with grandma. Another creepy PS2 thing, it wasn't the home screen, but when I was little, we had a demo disc. You know, back before you could download demos off of like a digital storefront, there were demo discs, which had demos for games and trailers and stuff like that. That was actually the demo disc that had the demo for this game, actually, which is how I got introduced to it when I was like 4. But the home menu on that demo disc had some really creepy music as well. Whoops, I'm dying. I don't know what they were trying to do with the creepy ass music. I guess it wasn't creepy, it was kind of like funky, I guess, but it had like some vocals in it that kind of just sounded like whispering or like just like some guy talking in the background. Could not tell what he was actually saying. But like, oh my god, pretty creepy. It freaked me out when I was little. That's another thing I'm gonna look up later. I think I'll get like, I think when I hear it, I'll get like nostalgic whiplash. Because it's like embedded in like the back of my brain. I'm kind of vibing with this game right now, like I'm not thinking on it too hard. Yeah, I've played this game so many times that like, I'm just kind of able to just like vibe my way through it. I'll tell you what though, I said like earlier in the stream, I think I might die. I didn't say that. I said earlier in the stream that it took me years to realize that Ratchet & Clank was a series of games. Like, when I was little, I thought that, like, some of my earliest memories of playing Ratchet & Clank was when I was, like, 4. It wasn't until I was, like, I'd say around 10, when I found out that there were sequels. And not just sequels, but that it was, like, a ongoing series of games. And that blew me away. So I was like, I have to get Ratchet & Clank 2. And I remember like by 2000, like this was like 2010 2011 when I realized this, and I think the PS3 was already like on its way out at the time, but I still had a PS2, and all I wanted for my birthday that year was Ratchet & Clank 2 on the PS2, because that's the only system I really had still. I mean, I had a Nintendo Wii as well. But yeah, I wanted Ratchet & Clank 2 on the PS2, and my parents got it for me for my birthday that year. And I have such like a fond memory of going downstairs that morning. It was a school day. And like going downstairs and like there's like a little gift bag on the table. And then my mum was like, go ahead and look at it. And then inside the bag was a copy of Ratchet & Clank 2 on the PS2, and I was like, oh my god. I had to go to school, but back then I used to wake up early enough so that I could like play games for like half an hour before going to school. So I remember booting up the game and playing it for a bit before leaving. So good times. And I loved it.
Yes.
I remember the game being bonkers hard though.
In precision laser technology, the Gadgetron Trespasser is guaranteed to work on Gadgetron's line of Invinso lock security doors.
Okay, so we got a new gadget. I'm actually going to take it off of the quick select because it's kind of useless. Oh wait, we can't. Okay, never mind. We got a new gadget. It's the Trespasser. It's I'm actually going to jump down here first. Hold on. Secret. There we go. Yeah, so here we got the Trespasser. It's the first hacking gadget. Most Ratchet & Clank games have a hacking gadget. I don't remember if Rift Apart does. I just played it recently. Oh wait, yeah it does, but it's different. Ratchet & Clank's is more of like a hacking minigame. Where you play as like the little hacker robot and you shoot things. Most of the hacking gadgets in the Ratchet & Clank series are more puzzles, and this is the first. You can use them to open up these special locks. The idea, I'll just explain it. The idea is that you've got these little rings, these little lights that you have to rotate, and you can rotate the inner rings or the outer rings. And there are these little red and yellow blinking lights on the surround, on the perimeter. So you have to aim the lights at all of these things to open the lock. That one was super mega incredible simple, but like they get a bit more complicated as they go. Yeah, most Ratchet & Clank games have a hacking gadget like that. Sometimes two. And they're always different from game to game, so that one's pretty tame. The ones in like Ratchet & Clank 2 are alright as well, I guess. The ones in Ratchet & Clank 3 are kind of fun, but they drag on a bit. Rift Apart's hacking gadget isn't really a puzzle though. It's more of like a shooting minigame. Yeah, it's still same basic idea. Okay, so the only other planet that we can get to right now, there is something else we can do here, but we need to win the hoverboard trophy first, which we can't do yet. So the only other planet we haven't been to yet is Eudora. Well, if it isn't Dora the Explorer.
Yes, quite lovely. That should just about do it. Commander, we are finished with this work.
I wonder why these scenes are pre-rendered.
Lieutenant! Yes, sir. You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
It's a little evil munchkin. I gave a rundown of what the story was at the beginning, but just in case anyone who maybe doesn't know. That little business guy, Drek, is trying to create his like home planets become too polluted to live on, so he's using advanced technology to pluck out parts of other planets and add it, and then kind of like making a new planet out of those parts. Although the process of taking out, like ripping out a part of a planet will destroy said planet, so he kind of has to be stopped. Although Ratchet and Clank aren't actually on a mission to stop him, they're currently on a mission to find someone who can. So they're not really, as of now, they're not really the heroes right now. They're trying to find someone to help them. Which is pretty cool. It's cool. That's kind of an interesting twist that the game kind of establishes Ratchet and Clank as, you know, they're not the heroes of this. At least not yet. I don't know. Usually, like, 3D platformers, especially, like, in these olden days, were pretty simple. Usually just, you know, beat the villain. You know, like Mario defeats Bowser, that sort of thing. I like how this game tried to do something different. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Obviously, it doesn't, I'm not saying this game is, like, wholly unique, but... because I'm sure other games did that too, but... oh no, it's nice, and it suits this game quite well. Okay, I just used the Trespasser again. Oh yeah, this is an instance of the game's of the level's music changing for a particular platforming segment. It's kind of a nice touch. I keep meaning to press the L1 button to use the swing shot. I think that's because I recently played Rift Apart again, like a week ago, so I'm a little bit used to how that game does things, and in that game I think you have to press L1 to swing shot. In this game it's Soikle. In fact, in the later games, the swing shot is a gadget that kind of works more automatically. In this game, in order to use the swing shot, you have to like manually equip it to use it. But I think starting in Ratchet & Clank 3, they make it so it kind of equips itself automatically, which is a lot better. Okay, this is where these little hacking puzzles get a bit more complicated, because there's like this one here has a little barrier on it, which might block some of the other lasers, so you kind of have to work around it. There we go. When I was little, on some of the harder puzzles, I would usually sort of just like randomly mess around with the lasers until it works, because I couldn't figure out how to do it. Look at that guy. What he's doing is like, he's like Winnie the Pooh, he's doing his stoutless exercises. Okay, let's go get him.
You sure showed him.
I suppose I did.
Ah, I like how he gives Ratchet, like, gives Clank the credit there. That's a comically large spanner wrench you got there.
Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station.
Actually, BTS stands for Behind the Scenes.
And we here at BTS are seeking motivated individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers.
Also, I am damn hungry right now.
Warhead assembly technician, mutant animal husbandry, robot repairman, suck cannon test dummy, and administrative assistant. So call BTS. Build our weapons while you build your future.
I'm calling BTS today.
Damn, that is not the kind of voice I was expecting to come out of that character.
Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
You're absolutely right.
I am?
Sure. We need to find Quark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure about your logic.
Ah, you think too much. Come on, let's go.
I mean, getting some gadgets could be helpful in the long run. You gotta think about these things. I mean, Ratchet really just wants to get gadgets because he thinks they're cool and fun. But, you know, they help. Be a good idea to grab some stuff. You never know. Ooh, a new weapon. This is the Glove of Doom. It's not one I find myself using too often, but it can be pretty handy. This is also a weapon that reoccurs quite a few times in the series. Basically, it's also, this is a freaking cool looking gauntlet. It kind of looks like a freaking Baymax rocket fist. It's pretty simple. You throw down a little thing and then out pops some little baby robots. They kind of follow you around and they don't have weapons to attack with, but they explode on impact, so they kind of like kamikaze themselves into enemies. And they have little devil laughter. And they're damn adorable. Pretty cute little buggers, aren't they? Yeah, this is a weapon that comes back a few times in this series, actually. Oh, they're keeping up with me quite well. Oh no, it died! Was that my fault? It's fine. There you go, little one. They're a bit dumb. I don't really tend to use them, but I wanna see if I can buy all the weapons in this game. So. Man, I am pretty hungry. Like, I'm really hoping that the mic isn't picking up my stomach growling too much. There you go. It's fine though. It's perfectly natural. Everyone gets the munchies. Okay, I guess I'll go this way. My little baby robots died. Yeah, I don't tend to use that gadget all that much. It's a fun little novelty, I guess, but or weapon, the Glove of Doom. Yeah, I don't really use it much. It's cute, it's fun, but I don't know. It has its uses. My particular play style, I don't tend to use it much. Yeah, as I was saying before, another reason why I'm playing this game today is because I plan on making a video about it for my YouTube channel. It probably won't be the next video I make, but because I'm already working on another one, but the next one after that will probably be a video about this game. Like talking about the game as a whole in a review-esque fashion. Though I don't want to call it a review because that sounds too official. And what I'm really doing is giving my thoughts on it, and I know that's what a review is, but still, the word review makes it sound like, I know what I'm talking about, when really I'm just, like, saying what I think. Makes it sound like I'm an expert. So I don't really know what I'd call it. But I'm making a video on this game. So I thought it'd be a good idea to stream it so that I can, get reacquainted with it. Like, I'm not recording gameplay footage right now. I'll do a separate playthrough for that, but it'd be a good idea to stream it. And, I could refer back to the stream if I want to remind myself on any thoughts I have on it. I'm being pretty... Ooh, there's nothing in here. Okay. More of appreciating and thoughts rather than critique? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I'm sure I will critique things here and there, but that's not, like, the point of it. I'm just giving my thoughts, all my thoughts, the good and the bad, Because, I think this game does have downsides. It's nothing that prevents me from enjoying the game. But, this game does have some downsides. For example, I'm collecting bolts as we go through the game. They drop out from enemies and crates and stuff, and they're really fun to collect. They've got a really good sound to them. And use them to buy like weapons and gadgets, and there are those occasional paywalls, which again I don't have a problem with. One downside to this game though, and the game was probably designed to be this way, but it's something that I think later games do better, is the bolt distribution in this game is pretty weak, in the sense that you'll find yourself not being able to afford things quite a lot. Which maybe is the point. Maybe that's what the game's trying to go for, which is funny in its own way, considering the very, like, I don't know, cynical tone that this game tends to have. It kind of works, but it does mean that you are not going to be able to buy everything on your first playthrough. This is you kind of have to play through the game a couple times to be able to afford everything. Heck, even 3 times you still might not be able to afford everything, even if you play this game twice. Even if you are being thorough like I am. And I don't know, I just think it's kind of an issue that this game has, that you're not going to be able to afford everything. And you're going to find that you're not going to be able to get all the cool stuff you want. Later games though, heck, just Ratchet & Clank 2, just the next game after this, fixes that problem. It makes it so that you still have to like keep an eye out for bolts and so that you can afford things, but they introduce some new features that make it so that the amount of bolts that you are able to collect is down to your own skill at the game, not just like how many bolts the game is willing to throw your way for you to collect, but also your own skill kind of factors into it as well. Which is a really good addition. It's just, because this is the first game, obviously it doesn't do that, so it sometimes feels like bolts are kind of scarce. But then again, you don't have to buy everything. So it's a negative, but like it's not that bad, because it's not like a really bad thing that ruins the game or anything, because you don't have to buy everything. As I said earlier, you can go this entire game without buying anything, technically. Well, I mean, there are, like, mandatory things you have to buy, but, like, in terms of weapons, you don't have to buy any weapon if you don't want to. You'll make the game really hard if you do that, but... and maybe the game won't be as fun, but you can get by without buying anything. On this playthrough, I'm going to try and buy as much as I can, just to show everything off, but... it's I'm saying, like, the game was very much designed this way on purpose. But, like, it's, the other games, I think, distribute bolts a lot better. Real big guys. Yeah, see, the classic blaster weapon is like very good throughout like the whole game. It's simple. All it really does is fire bullets, but it does the job and it's good throughout the whole game, pretty much. There's a reason why this weapon is featured on the box art. Actually, there's like 2 box arts for the original Ratchet & Clank. There's like, depending on your region. In, I think, like the American box art, it has Ratchet holding the Devastator, which is a weapon we'll get later. And I think in the PAL regions, which is, for me, the box art shows Ratchet holding this weapon, the Blaster. That's kind of neat. I wonder why certain... it's always something that I never really understand, how certain regions sometimes have different box arts or different titles even. Like some games are called different things in different regions. And I never really understand why that is. A really cool and fun trend that the Ratchet & Clank games have, or used to have, they don't really do it all that much anymore, is that they kind of have like innuendos in their titles. This game is just called Ratchet and Clank because it's the first one, so this game doesn't really do that, obviously. But you know, Ratchet and Clank games later on would end up like hiding innuendos in their titles. But the titles are different in PAL regions, like in the UK for me, because I don't know, we're too posh to handle these vulgar titles. I don't know. Maybe there's more of a real reason to it. But as an example, Ratchet and Clank 2 isn't actually called Ratchet and Clank 2. That's what I call it. But in the UK, it's called Ratchet and Clank Locked and Loaded. But in like America, it's called Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. And I don't know, it's a shame. I want the funny haha title. Like Locked and Loaded is a fine name, I guess. But I want the funny haha. Ratchet and Clank 3 in the UK is just called Ratchet and Clank 3. But in America it's called Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Which is genius.
Sweet!
Cool, we just got a weapon. We got one for free.
Multiple enemies, then fire them out as high-caliber missiles. Caution, enemies must be small enough to fit inside their helmet.
Yeah, so there are some weapons that you can just find, and you can just get them for free. Probably because this weapon is more of a prototype. But it probably won't explode, so we'll go ahead and use it anyway. It's the Suck Cannon. It inhales things like Kirby. It's the Kirby Cannon. You inhale smaller enemies and then you can fire them out. It was actually smart of the devs to place these smaller little robots here for you to test your new weapon on. So you can inhale them and pow. It's pretty cool because it doesn't use traditional ammo, so you can save money on ammo by using this, but it only works if there are small enemies for you to inhale. The problem though that I have with this weapon is that, well, first of all, you can only fit like 5 enemies in it at a time. And also, so the inhaling and shooting of this weapon is done with the same button. So once you've inhaled, even if the barrel isn't full, if you press the circle button, it'll shoot them out. Even if you want to like start like inhaling again, you have to like shoot all the stuff you inhaled before being able to do it again. Which is kind of a downside to this weapon, something that gets fixed in a later game though. I mean, then again, it kind of makes sense, because it feels like this game is like in its this weapon is in its testing phase. Like, looking at like how it looks, it kind of looks like a prototype. Also, we just found it on the floor. So it kind of makes sense that it has that bit of flaw. And in a later game, you actually get to buy the final version of it. And it's a bit more fleshed out, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not better gameplay-wise, but... I mean, that's for this game at least, but... kind of cool. Okay, let's go. Okay, blog station. Oh yeah, so this game is divided into 3 what I like to call acts. There's Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. We're currently still in Act 1. The acts are usually broken up by a boss fight, like separated through a boss fight. Once we hit like a boss fight, that's how you know that you've finished that act. The game doesn't like say that or anything, that's just kind of what I like to think. It definitely feels like there is a 3-act structure to this game. We're still on Act 1. Once we get to the planet... I forget what it's called. Umbrus? I don't remember. That's when we get to the next act. Okay, we got another new weapon, the Taunter. This weapon is crap, and I hate it, but I'm going to buy it anyway. It's not useful at all, but I'll buy it because I just want to show them off. So this weapon isn't even really a weapon. I'll show you what it does. it makes funny noises. Yeah, it doesn't actually damage enemies at all. What it does do is that it provokes enemies. So it will cause enemies to run over towards you if you fire it on them. Which, like, I don't know if you're into that. I don't... Like, why would I bother, like, luring them towards me when I can shoot them in the face? Like, not a very useful weapon. There is, like, a collectible that you can get that requires the Taunter, but outside of that, I never use it. Okay, we got another... Yeah, that was easy. Yeah, the Taunter is another gadget that you have to equip manually. Later games kind of do this better, where it just kind of automatically equips itself when you're at one of the locks that you need it for, which is a way better way of doing it because you're not going to use this any other way. Like, there's nowhere else that this can be used aside from these locks, so it equipping itself automatically would be better. This game you kind of have to equip it manually. So yeah, there's another downside this game has that gets fixed in later games. Oh goody, we got a Clank segment. Okay, this is the first Clank section. So yeah, Clank is actually playable independently of Ratchet. I think most Ratchet and Clank games have Clank segments, and oh, whoops, I hit the button. And I'll be honest, they're not great most of the time. Like, I think Clank segments on paper are a really good idea. Because they're more slower paced, you know, they dial back on the action and they're a bit more puzzly. The problem I have with Clank segments is that they're slow, and Clank's movement is a bit more restrictive. And he can't do as much as Ratchet, but that's fine because he's not a fighter. He's more of a thinker, puzzle solver. But you know, his movement's kind of slow and clunky, and they're just kind of slow paced. But you know, Clank segments are something. Clank segments are never like the best part of any of their games, but they do get better as they go along, I think. They get refined. You know, I think the idea of like having these slower paced, more puzzle segments is a good idea though. Just to break up the gameplay a bit. Where you can see everything. I don't know if these are any, like, planets that we can go to. Or if they're just there for background, I don't know. Oh, crap! I messed up. Oh, he didn't scream. Well, I guess in space no one can hear you scream. Also, I guess I'm just going to assume that either, like, that there's, like, artificial gravity or whatever, or Clank has, like, built-in gravity motrons or whatever. It's got little gravity shoes, maybe. Little gravity feet. Ow. Yeah, all Clank can really do to attack is just do this 2-hit punch. Which is very basic. You know, it does the job. One thing I really appreciate about this game's level design is that you can often see other playable segments from other parts of the level. Like that tube up there is like we'll be going through there as Ratchet later. Spoiler alert. I don't know, it's just kind of cool that all this stuff is always visible, and you can see it. Whoops! Yeah, they fell. And yeah, they have to make Clank shimmy like super slow. There we go. There is a gold bolt over there, but we can't grab it yet, so we'll have to come back for it later. Okay, cool. We got Gadgebots.
To command a Gadgebot, hold down the triangle button and select.
Okay, so the where the puzzling comes into play is that Clank basically becomes Olimar. This becomes Pikmin a little bit. You got these little guys that follow you, and let me destroy these. And by holding down triangle, you can command them to do stuff. So you can have them wait and like stay put. You can have them follow. You can have them enter certain doors to unlock them, or you can have them attack. Like that thing would kill me if I tried to attack it, so. They are pretty fragile though. They can only withstand one hit of damage before dying. If they die, then they go back to the last place you found them. Over here. You have to go all the way back.
Use the enter command to make the Gadgebots activate the bot device. The bot device will activate when the correct number.
I thought she said plot device. So you have them enter this and that'll open the door. Pretty simple. Honestly, the Gadgepot puzzles never really get any more complicated than that. Well, they do, but like, they're never really used in any other way aside from to fight big enemies or get them through a door. Not a whole lot of thought you have to do, it's mainly just navigating and keeping them safe.
The Gadgetron Hydro Displacer uses Insta-Faucets and Insta-Drains. Using it, you can drain and fill pools. Our sensors do not detect any on this space station.
Is that a giant missile in the middle of the room? Okay, we're done here. Plop. So yeah, there are Clank segments on occasion. They're not too frequent.
So you are.
And I found this.
Hey, cool. It's a, what is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those, I guess.
I like how the game itself like recognizes that, yeah, this gadget's kind of boring. Or, well, it's not so much boring as it is just not very exciting. It lets you put water in places. Wow. What a hoot.
Any gadget or weapon on your quick select? Just pause and choose quick select from the menu.
We can't use it here because there is no water here, but it allows you to drain water from pools and then put that water in other places. I know. Contain your excitement, please. I don't know. Gadgets are mainly used for puzzle or traversal, stuff like that.
This shuttle has an autopilot which will take you to a decommissioned Blarg warship. Our scanners indicate that there may be useful technology on board.
Wow. Their scanners are pretty cool. Also, they're pretty vague by saying our scanners indicate that there is useful technology. That's like, you know... If you've got scanners that can detect useful technology, what exactly... You know, what exactly counts as useful technology, quote-unquote? Could be a hairdryer, for all I know. Which I guess is useful. But it is not what I desire. I could just get rid of the Taunter off of my quick select and replace it with the thingamajig. Oh, there's a lot of you. I'll use my suck cannon. Okay, I'm gonna go round. Oh yeah, so this game has underwater segments, right? And you can drown. There's like an air meter. I remember when I was little, the drowning in this game used to terrify me. It probably made me afraid of drowning, and I don't know if I still am actually. I mean, I can't swim, so I guess so. Can't even get you. Oh, these creatures are nasty. I'm actually gonna throw down some babies to kill them, so I don't have to get close. Look, get that guy over there. There you go. And the other one. There you go, good one. They gave up their lives for me. Ooh, a big button. Press the big red shiny button. I'm pretty sure that's always been a good idea in every piece of media. Oh crap, that was a really bad idea.
Selecting our automated self-destruct feature. Vessel annihilation sequence initiated. Please remove all
Why did I do that?
belongings.
Okay, we gotta go. Out of my way, in my way, okay. I'm kind of wasting time fighting them. I only have 30 seconds to get out of here.
This vessel will self-destruct shortly, so you should leave now.
There we go. Okay, you actually get a pretty generous amount of time. Sploosh! Well, we can't go back there.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Blackwater City. We've just learned
Again, their
Captain Quark will
TVs
be
are like
presenting the
CRT
grand
screens.
prize at the Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, which will be held here over the next few days. In related news, this planet has recently been suffering from an infestation of strange amoeboid creatures.
Look at that
City's
guy.
administration has assured this
Hello.
reporter that every step
kinda
has been taken
cute.
to eradicate these nuisances.
A little bit.
Darla Gratch,
If you squint.
Channel 2 News.
Did you see that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
She's fine, I think. I was talking about the hoverboard races.
What happens if we try going back? Nothing. Alright. How do infobots work, anyway? Like, they're the little robots that have TV screens in them that give you info. But, like, how do they work exactly? Is it that they're made to deliver a specific piece of info or video? Like, that seemed to be like a live broadcast. That's what she said, right? Does the infobot itself choose what information it displays? Like, does it have like a database of info and it can just display it, or does someone like have to input video into them? Maybe that was just an infobot that's built to like deliver live broadcasts, and then some infobots are built to deliver specific info. I don't know. They're curious little creatures.
Need a little help with these enemies? Try your taunter.
No. Yeah, admittedly the taunter can help with those enemies to like stop them from shooting their little fiery things at you, but if you just like just jump and shoot, you'll do it. I believe in you. I ain't using my taunter. Once again, why would I need my taunter when I can shoot them in the face? Jackpot! Yeah, the sound design is so good. The sound effects for like attacking things, breaking crates, collecting bolts is so satisfying to me. That's something that's pretty consistent with the series, is that, you know, the sound effects do change, but they're always pretty satisfying to hear. Just like smashing crates and stuff. It's something you need to get right. It's a very important part of the experience, if you ask me. It may not seem like it, but it is important. Sound is important. Okay, gotta get away from this smelly gas. Whoops. Why do I feel like I need to go to the bathroom again? The water's just going right through me. Oh. Oh yeah, one detail I haven't been able to show yet because I haven't died yet. But when Ratchet's on 1 health, his ears will go droopy, which is a nice little detail. I can't show it because I'm doing well, so. But I will probably go on 1 health at some point, perhaps in the next couple seconds. These things used to freak me out. I don't like their legs, little spindly, spidery legs. Yuck. This is working well. Yeah, I hope the volume's been okay in the stream so far, like the game isn't too loud for you and it drowns me out or anything. It seems to be fine. The only problem I have is that the voices of the characters seem to be a bit quiet. But I think that's the game's problem. Oh look, now I'm on 1 health. Yeah, he's a bit droopy. Okay, let's top up on my ammo. So yeah, this is a series of games that I really like, and I would happily recommend these to anyone because it's very solid. Although it's one thing about this series that makes it difficult to recommend is that they're not that accessible in terms of what you can play them on. Like Kingdom Hearts, for example. It's another series I like. It's my favorite. Kingdom Hearts is pretty easy to recommend if it's something that you think might interest you. Just because they're available on everything. They're on every major console. They recently got ported to Steam. And they were already on PC through the Epic Games Store before then. You know, they're on Switch, but the Switch versions are kind of butt, so I wouldn't really recommend them on Switch, but, you know, there is that. Yeah, they're on PS4, Xbox, they're on everything. So, you know, and also all the Kingdom Hearts games are bundled together through collections, so you don't, and you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So, you know, there's that. Ratchet Clank is not like that, because all the games, most of the games, are still stuck on PlayStation 3. Like, they're not, like, very accessible right now. Like, I had to dig up the old PS3 just to play this. Obviously, like, the newer games are on PS4 and 5, so there's that, but that's only 2. The rest of the series is, like, stuck on PS3 or PS2, and you have to, like, find one of those systems or emulate. I'd rather not emulate if I can avoid it. And it's a shame. I really wish these games were on modern systems, but that's kind of difficult to do. Because of the way these games were made, apparently it makes them difficult to port. I don't know all the specifics, but the way that these games were made makes them difficult to port. Something to do with the engine, or certain developer tricks that they did back in the day. Something like that. But it's a real shame. I feel like it's still possible to, though. I still think it's worth a shot if they want to get new fans on board. Yeah, it's a difficult series to get into because of that. Okay, we've got a mini boss. I remember this thing because I remember it freaking me out. I just don't like the legs. Or the face. Anything about it, really, I don't like. Okay, I'm gonna send out some baby bots to help me out. Okay, I'll send out some more, because they're really good against this thing, actually. Wow, actually, now that I think about it, like, the Glove of Doom, actually pretty good. In this game, at least. Like, I was saying earlier how I don't use it much, because it's, like, you know, kind of meh. But no, actually, it's pretty damn good. They're just moving bombs. They're sentient moving bombs. And isn't that all you need? I think I'm starting to calm down a bit more. I'm not like as nervous, and I'm not running out of breath as bad as I was earlier.
Whew! Thought I was a goner this time. Some nano-wit in genetics must have left the cages open again.
You could come down now.
Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
So, you are an inventor.
Gadget engineer. I create revolutionary devices for Executive Chairman Drek.
I like his mouth. He's kind of got puppet mouth.
Viola, my
He looks like a Spyro character. Maybe he was.
Look,
Same developer
I
and
out
all.
of here so I can find a new job. How about I sell you these at cost?
Sell? After we just saved your scrawny butt?
All right. I'll give you the employee discount too.
So we still gotta pay. 2,000 bolts for some grind boots, though. Though, to be honest, Ratchet gets a lot of mileage out of those grind boots, so 200 is quite a deal. Like, the grind boots are in almost every Ratchet and Clank game, and what's funny is that typically Ratchet will get, like, newer models of a lot of the gadgets that he gets. Like, the swing shot is pretty reoccurring. But he tends to get newer models, newer versions for each game. But something that I noticed that I really enjoy is that it seems like the grind boots that Ratchet gets in this game are the same grind boots that he has for every other game. Like, as far as I can tell, from the way they look, they seem to be the exact same pair of grind boots that he buys in this game. Which is really cool, because, like, I guess to be honest, how can you further innovate on grind boots? You know, what more can you do with that?
Well, thanks.
They're boots, they let you grind, and there you go. What more can you really do to improve on that?
You've got the grind boots. Grind boots let you travel on rails like this. Just jump onto the rail and grind.
Wow, why was it sounding like the voice was whispering? She was like, jump on the rail and grind. That's horrible. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have whispered that into the mic. That was atrocious. I apologize. This is really dumb. I was saying something. Yeah, rail grinding is cool. I like rail grinding. Lots of platformers have rail grinding. Sonic. It's the only other game I can think of off the top of my head, but you know, other games have it. And you know, it's pretty simple. You just kind of like, you just grind on the rail, and you can jump. You can swing your wrench. You can fire your weapons, but you're not really going to get a ton of use out of them. You can, like, lean left to right, but there's not much to do with that. You know, rail grinding is cool. Same with, like, grappling hooks. You know, it just is cool. It's just the way the world works. Okay, that's everything we can do here. So now we're on to Blackwater City, Planet Rilgar. A very iconic location in this game. Also, the music's good, but I feel like I've been saying that about a lot of the planets in this game. Planet Rilgar. I was saying earlier how I don't care much for, like, darker toned areas in games, but this place is too iconic. Also, once again, they do the camera pan thing where they show you the whole the level you're about to go into. Also, a new weapon. The Mine Glove. I can actually afford it. Yay. The Mine Glove is basically... It's kind of like an upgrade of the Bomb Glove, really. You throw a mine out. It does, like... Comparing it to the... Actually, let me put it in my quick select. Oh yeah. Putting it in my, like, comparing it to the Bomb Glove. Like, the Bomb Glove, you throw a bomb, and it explodes. The Mine Glove, it has less range. It doesn't explode on contact, it instead kind of hovers there. And then when enemies get close to it, it'll home in on them. So, I don't know. It's not necessarily better than the Bomb Glove, but could come in handy depending on how you use it. It's not necessarily worse than the Bomb Glove either. Okay, we have 2 ways to go. I don't remember which way leads where. Guess I'll go this way. Actually, I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna have that there and this here. There we go. Easier to access my slingshot when it's on the down. Okay, now we actually can use the Hydro Displacer. So you just you stick it in this thing and then you drain out all the water. And then it fills up in this thing somehow. And then you can pop it somewhere else. It's kinda there. It's not even really, these aren't even really like puzzles. It's like, do you have a brain? Solve this. It really never gets any more complicated than drain water from one place and then fill it up in another. I mean, there is one part later in the game that kind of uses it in a clever way. But still not that complicated. Then again, like, I don't know if I can really complain to... I mean, I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out. I don't actually mind. It's not like this is a puzzle game. These are supposed to be light puzzle solving to break up the action. To have like some little puzzle platforming segments. It's not really supposed to be like really that thought-provoking. Like it's not this game's like goal to be a puzzle game, right? One thing I really like about Ratchet and Clank is just like how Clank rides on Ratchet's back. That's so charming and fun, and I like just having him there. It does mean he's always watching you. He's always got your back. He's literally got Ratchet's back. I don't know, I just kind of like the little robot backpack look. I wanted a Clank when I was little. I wanted a little Clank backpack. That'd be so fun. They have to exist. Merch or something like that. Oh wait, did I pick the scary water section? Oh, I did. Okay. Okay, this section in this level used to give me nightmares when I was little. Once we press that button, this room will fill up with water, and we essentially have to outrun the water and escape before we drown. And I remember the drowning aspect of it used to really freak me out. These days, it only sort of freaks me out. And thankfully, I don't suck, so it's fine. But yeah, the water's rising. We've got to go. Okay, my analog stick doesn't really work very well, so that's not helping me out, but it's fine. Okay, now we gotta go under. They freak you out too. They make you go underwater in that little bit, just to freak you out. Be like, ooh, you better stay out the water. Also, the music is tense as hell. Oh crap, I might drown. No, I'm good. There we go. Yeah, that used to, like, stress me the hell out. It's pretty tough. You have to go quick. If you fall at any point, then you might as well kiss your life goodbye. I actually wish I came to this pathway last, actually. Would have been better. Why are you attacking us? Aren't you exterminators? Like, I thought they're supposed to be taking out the little green amoeboid things, but they're attacking us as well. Rude.
Hey, press
Sue.
conference is over. Captain Quark don't want no more reporters bugging him in his trailer.
Oh, you see, my friend and I need to speak to the captain about a matter of galactic security.
You mean you and your walking camera? You paparazzi make me sick. Now beat it.
But sir, I'm sure the Captain Quark will understand once we...
I'm surprised Clank doesn't have a built-in camera.
You convince me to let
Or maybe he does, I don't know.
Snap a picture of the captain in his underpants. Then you sell a picture to the info tabloid for $1 million bolts.
You've got it all
Oh my
wrong.
god, that's such a good idea. We should actually do that.
6 bolts an hour, and I have to listen to a lecture from that
You could buy like 7 rhinos with that amount of money.
I get a kickback in advance.
More paywalls. I can't afford it. Crap, I should have gone the other pathway first. Okay, never mind. Thankfully, this taxi will take us back there when we have the money, but we gotta get the money. Yeah, I should have gone the other pathway first. I tend to get the pathways mixed up, though. I was like, which one leads where? I always forget, with this level in particular. Don't know why. And I always get it wrong every time. I'm like, I'll go this way, I think I know where it goes, and then I always get it wrong. And then I get it wrong every single time I play this game. Because I always, like, second guess myself. Got giant tanks, that's fun. Man, the music's so groovy. I also think this game's, like, ambient noise is pretty good. Like, you can hear, like, the ships flying around sometimes. Like, you can hear them going meow. I don't know, it's pretty cool. adds to like the liveliness, even though there are like no people here. Probably not the most graceful way to take him out, but I will take it anyway. Yeah, there are certain weapons that like feel like they're better suited for certain enemies, but the blaster is just kind of an all-round good weapon. It's good that they give it to you fairly early on. It's got a lot of range to it as well. Reliable is the word I would use. Okay, I'm gonna summon some bebes. Go get him. Yes! Yeah, these guys are really good. At least in this game. I feel like in later games they're not as useful. But because of the way this game's designed, they kind of help quite a bit. Oh crap, I shouldn't have released him. I mean, I need to in order to progress, but still. I just hit them with a wrench because I was too panicked to use a weapon on them. I had to like get some distance first, and I just wasn't able to. Got a taxi. I think it's 4,000 bolts to bribe the guard. I've nearly got enough. Yeah, this game is designed in a way that you can usually get the bolts that you need when you need them. Whoops, I accidentally took the taxi again. I didn't mean to do that. No, let me down. Let me down. These little like hover taxis are really charming though. They're usually made for like getting you. They're usually there for shortcuts to like get you back to areas you've been to. But they're so charming. Like it's a little floating taxi. It's so futuristic, but also very not futuristic at the same time. If that makes sense. I just spat on my microphone.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Hold on, wait, before I activate iconic scene number 700. Got to get on top of these doodads. There we go. Really want to scoop in all these bolts. See, like, exploring in this game is so worthwhile because you're always going to get bolts no matter where you go. And you want bolts to buy stuff, so exploring is always very worth doing. Like, you kind of want to explore every inch of the world because you'll at the very least get bolts out of it, and you might also get some cool new gadget as well. It's a very good system. There's no wonder that this series has been going on for as long as it has.
Rhino for your robot. Trade you.
Well, okay.
Ratchet.
I'm kidding. Sorry, he's not for sale. What's a rhino anyway?
Rip ya a new one.
What did you just say to me?
RYNO. Rip ya a new one.
Why, that's the most powerful missile launcher in the galaxy. I know it's worth a lot of bolts. He must have stolen it from the...
Worth a lot of bolts is an understatement.
Trash can. Did I say anything about it being hot? You better watch your mouth or I'll...
Wait, don't tell me. Rip you a new one.
Yes, you need 150,000 bolts for the Rhino. I have 3,979. I don't think I'm buying that. Yeah, so the Rhino is it's something that pretty much every Ratchet Clank game has. They all have a new iteration of the Rhino. It's the most powerful weapon in the game. Overpowered, you could even say. That's why it costs so much. But yeah, there is absolutely no way you're going to be able to afford this thing on your first playthrough. You're kind of encouraged to play through the game multiple times to afford it, along with everything else. And it's really powerful, and it's pretty fun to have all that power. Yeah, pretty cool. Every Ratchet & Clank game has a Rhino. The method of getting the Rhino tends to differ. In the earlier games, it's like you have to buy it. But in some of the later games, you have to, like, build it, which is pretty interesting. Okay, we're in the nasty caves. Okay, we got enough money to bribe the bouncer. We got enough dough. We've got enough scratch. We got enough moolah. What's another word for money? Dosh. Cash. Green. Dough. I don't know. I can't think of any more money words. I think I covered all the important ones. Yes, watch them suffer. They're not dying, they're suffering. Throw some more out there. Well, the robots, the little baby robots' range of attack is pretty small. Oh, there he goes. There's that one over there. Actually, I'm just going to circle the perimeter, just so I can grab this ammo. There you go. Oh no, he's gonna get me. Why are you not doing your job? Oh, they did it accidentally. Okay, cool. Like, those my little baby robots were just letting him walk past. Bit dumb. They're not very smart. Okay, as soon as I open this button, they're all gonna come out for me. So I'm gonna throw some robots around, and there we go. We'll fight together! Oh, they all died. Okay, good job. You're making me so proud. Even though you do blow yourselves up. In the later games, you can upgrade them so that they have, like, cannons on them. Pretty cool. You coming with? Look at their little walk. Oh, their little doody-doody-doody-doo. Should I wait for all of them? Come on. Oh, crap. They're a bit smarter than Pikmin, but Pikmin never exploded. I don't think. From what I recall. I did accidentally blow up some of my Pikmin when I was playing Pikmin 3 once. Okay, forget what I said about them being smarter. Oh, okay, there they go. I enter, like, crouch rotate position to shoot. I'm like a little turret. I'm getting a lot of mileage out of the blaster. I should probably I could save money by not buying every weapon, because I'm clearly not using all of them, but I want to buy them all because I want to demonstrate them. It'll feel like a more complete playthrough if I try and get all the weapons. Run! I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. One kind of downside to this game, I guess another flaw you could say, is that this game, there's no way to sidestep or like strafe while you're firing your weapons. The closest thing you can do is this, which isn't really going to help you too much in like a heated situation. That's something that gets fixed from the second game onwards. They give you the ability to sidestep, to strafe around. Very useful. This game isn't really designed with it in mind, so it's not that bad for this game, but it's still... Yeah, I feel like if this game did have strafing, it'd probably make the game a bit too easy. So I kind of... This game clearly wasn't designed for that. But it's still a good feature that fleshes out the combat in the later games, so I like it. Okay, there is a gold bolt locked behind this red laser doodly-dad, but I know how to get it, thankfully, so it's all good. You just gotta go over here. Whoop. So if we just jump, we can get on top of this gate here. We can run along the outside. And drop on in. Pretty slick, huh? Get some bolts. Yeah, we got plenty of bolts. Whoops. Yeah, like, man, the blast is so good. Just point and shoot. Simple. What more do you need from a weapon? Okay, we made it. Okay, let's bomb that. There's plenty of bolts. Okay, so this is where we can sign up to do the hoverboard racing. Fun. The hoverboard in this game is pretty fun. I used to really struggle with it, and maybe I still do a little bit. It can be a little bit difficult to get the hang of, but it can be pretty fun once you know what you're doing.
Welcome to the HoverCon Intergalactic Hoverboard Competition.
HoverCon?
Captain Quark's giving away a brand new Platinum Zoomerator to the winner of this competition.
A Platinum Zoomerator. Perhaps that will be the proof of your accomplishments that Skid's agent requires.
Wait, do you guys mean Skid McMarks?
Yeah, Skid couldn't make it, so we're here to, you know, fill in for him.
Guess we'll see about that.
I feel like I want to acknowledge something. There's a pretty well-known exploit in this game. Anyone who's played this game or knows this game well might know where I'm going with this, perhaps. Where if you side flip in this spot, something interesting will happen. And I'm not really going to say what it is. I'm just going to see if maybe any of you watching might notice what's going on as I side flip. Yeah, this had to have been an intentional thing. I'll say no more. I found some bolts. Okay, let's do the race. Okay, how do I play? The game doesn't really tutorialize any of this, does it? It's just kind of like, figure it out. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not that hard. You go forward, you jump, that's about it. You can do tricks, but there's not much point to doing tricks at this point in the game. Just go fast. This is like Sonic Riders, except not really. I'm in the zone. Sorry, I went silent for a sec there because I'm like really focused. I'm even doing some tricks even if they don't have a purpose. It's like, why not? Style. There might actually be a skill point associated with doing tricks. I don't know what it is though. Yeah, you can actually like if you don't land your tricks right, you could actually like tumble and fall off, so kind of have to be a bit careful about it. I win.
Hi, folks. Captain
Oh my god, that was
It is my
so
distinct pleasure to introduce
epic.
this year's HoverCon Intergalactic Champions. Let's give it up for newcomers.
Ratchet and Clank.
Hey, look, that's us.
Today's winners will take home a brand new professional grade model.
Oh, it's in the cutscene.
Platinum Zoomerator. Manufactured
I
by
apologize.
Gastron, this hoverboard drive delivers more lift, speed, and maneuverability than any other anti-grav device on the market. Well, folks, that's all the time we have. Tonight, remember to set your infobots to the Quark Classic channel for tonight's episode of Dogfight Over Death Canyon, starring yours truly. Thank you, and have a Quark-tastic day.
It's got a really good voice. He's got a good screen presence. Okay, now we've got enough money. See, this is cool. They have like little shortcuts that allow you to get to places quick.
You see how it works? You grease the hinges, the door.
I did want to have this scene play out last, so that's fine.
Captain Quark?
What's that? It's Ratchet and Clank, Captain. You know, from the hub.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, he said the name of the game.
You do?
Yes, and thank the galaxy you found me.
Huh?
There's an awful plot being hatched to destroy our planets.
Ratchet, he knows.
Great. Does that mean we can go hoverboarding now?
But we just went hoverboarding.
We're all in grave danger, and I believe that together we can put a stop to this madness.
Together? You mean you want our help?
Look, Ratchet.
It's almost like Ratchet's the protagonist.
I've never seen anyone with such raw talent. You are a true hero in the making.
Really?
Looking at Clank's face, he was like, what?
Oh, here, take this.
Hell no.
What makes
He's
one
just
man
some
toil
weird
in
cat
obscurity while
thing.
Another becomes a hero? Is it strength, compassion, determination, or just pure blind luck? Wise men through the ages have struggled with that very question, but Captain Quark knows the secret. That's why he's been able to defeat more despots.
He's
rescue
talking
more
about
damsels
himself in the third
distress, and
person.
save more civilizations than any other hero in the galaxy.
It's definitely his
Now is
voice.
Your opportunity to see if you've got the stuff heroes are made of. This infobot contains coordinates to Quark's secret base. Can you quickly conquer Quark's killer cannonade of confounded contraptions? Can you quickly?
I wonder if these blueprints are accurate to the level.
Oh, just make your way through the
Huh.
defenses to the center of the base. Prove yourself.
That like little blue
Learn
map
the
it was
secret,
showing. I wonder if that's
and
like
earn your
accurate to
place
the
in
level design. I don't
galactic
know.
history. Consult
I
your
don't think
doctor
so.
before attempting any strenuous exercise. Not responsible for death or dismemberment. Your results may vary. Meet me at Meet me at my headquarters.
Hey, Captain Ratchet, what do you think?
Sounds stupid and lame. Captain Ratchet sounds dumb. Okay, Planet Umbris, here we go. Planet Umbris is actually the final planet of Act 1. So this game is sort of divided into 3 acts, or that's what I like to say. And this is the final planet of Act 1. I think I think finishing that planet will be a good stopping point. If doing one stream for each act would actually be really that'd be so neat. Oh, my mine's still here. Huh, this didn't despawn? Huh. Yeah, good on you. But yeah, I think one stream per act would it makes so much sense. It makes me really happy. It makes me tingle with happiness. Okay, but first let's go to Planet Iridia again, because the guy there wanted the prize to see the prize from the hoverboard race, and now we have it, so we can go get that. It's just an optional upgrade, though. It's nothing crazy. I think I might be going the wrong way. Wait, I can just go through here, shortcut.
Fantastic! You got it! Great work, kid.
So, are you gonna represent me?
You bet, kid. And as a signing bonus, I've got this.
Oh, it's a ugly looking helmet.
Sonic Summoner. It is used to attract sand mice.
Right, and it's all yours.
At least the Sonic Summoner is a cool name. As a gadget, I don't really care for it too much.
Do you have people?
The Sonic
That's a whole
Summoner
can of
allows
worms.
you to interact with the mysterious and intelligent sand mice species. Despite their innocent appearance, sand mice are very effective and aggressive hunters. Simply equip the Sonic Summoner when you are near a sand mouse house, and a mouse will emerge to greet you.
It's interesting that they give like a video tutorial for this gadget.
High-caliber tactical assistance.
I guess it kind of does need it. So yeah, the Sonic Summoner, that's what these little doodads in the ground are for. You go near it with the Sonic Summoner equipped, and a little sand mouse will come out. It'll shoot like lasers or like bullets at enemies. It doesn't stick around for too long, and it won't go too far away from where you summoned it. So I tend to forget this thing exists. It's not that useful, if you ask me. Like if there happens to be a sand mouse house in the area and there's a lot of enemies nearby, then it's like, sure, whatever, go ahead, use it. But most of the time, it's a dumb looking helmet, so it's whatever. The helmet, it's a bit dumb. It's a bit dumb. It's a little stupid looking helmet. I don't know if maybe you think like if you think the Sonic Summoner helmet looks cool, that's fine. I respect that. But it is dumb, and you are also dumb for liking it. I am so just kidding, by the way. Just in case that wasn't clear. I think I've gotten everything I need to get, for the most part. Novalis, Iridia, Koan, Eudora, Nebula, G34. Umbris? I wish I could roll my R's. Umbris. That wasn't rolling my R's. Okay, here we go. This is the final level of Act 1. So it'll be a good stopping point once we beat it, I think. Here we are. Looks pretty spooky. It looks like the Dark Garden, the Dark Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 2. I like how he's using a taunter as a megaphone. I didn't realize they could do that.
What? I can't hear you. I said, haven't we done? Sorry, still having trouble. Tell me later.
Later? We might be dead by then.
What?
All right, Clank, let's get going.
Maybe I could get a lot more use out of the taunter if I screamed into it. Then it might actually do damage. Because as of right now, it's kind of lame. I don't know if the series actually has any other like Sonic-based weapons.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Like sound waves or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't recall. I remember really struggling with this level when I was little. It is pretty tough. It's like, again, it's the final level of Act 1. So, you know, they step it up a bit for this one. But it's a pretty good test of, like, what you've learnt so far in the game. You gotta dodge stuff, you gotta shoot things. There's not many enemies to defeat. It's mainly about the platforming and the, you know, avoiding obstacles. Like there aren't really many like actual enemies. Oops. But that makes sense because this is supposed to be an obstacle course. Also, the music's kind of cool. Except I can't hear it because these bombs are being so loud. Yeah, the music's been like really hard to hear this whole time. Should I just turn it up to full? I don't know, still a little bit nervous about tampering with options. I don't like tampering with options because, like, in my eyes it's like the devs made it the default for a reason. But I know that's kind of a flawed mindset because, you know, there could be factors that might, you know, make that not the case. I like to put my faith that the devs know what they're doing, but I don't know, it's not always the case, is it? I'll look back at the stream later to see if like you guys could hear the music, because I'm having a bit of trouble hearing the music at times over the sound effects, but that might just be on my end and not your end. So I can look at the stream later just to see if you have been able to hear the music at a decent level, because it could just be on my end. Because I don't have the game volume set too high on my headphones when I stream, because if the volume's set too high then it might make me lose my train of thought. It'll feel like I need to yell over it and stuff. I don't want to do that. I'm doing it. I don't think I've died in this playthrough at all yet. Pretty cool. Is this a deathless challenge? Plop that on my thumbnail so people think I'm really cool. That's not. I'm not like taking a dig at anyone who does challenge runs. It's more of a dig at myself. Challenge runs are a pretty cool aspect of games, though, that haven't partaken in all that much. Like, I guess I've done level 1 runs in Kingdom Hearts games, but that's like the kind of challenge run that the devs, like, put into the game on purpose, so I don't know, it doesn't really count to me. The only other challenge run I've ever done is playing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger without collecting opals, which I made a whole video about. It was my very first scripted video. And I rewatched a portion of it the other day. It's not even a year old yet, but... And I feel like it holds up decently well in the 8 months since I've made it, give or take. But you know, there are certain things where I'm like, yeah, I could have done that better. Could use an extra touch-up, I think. I am like being able to get these secret areas and like gold bolts without even really thinking too much on it. It's like second nature. Again, I cannot like, I really need to stress how much I played this game. Literal back-to-back playthroughs, like dozens of times. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about this game, because I don't think I ever played Kingdom Hearts games quite like that. Like, I played Kingdom Hearts a lot, about as much as Ratchet and Clank, I'd say, but if not more. But I never did like full-on like back-to-back playthroughs. But then again, the Ratchet and Clank games are typically a bit shorter than something like Kingdom Hearts. They're not particularly long games most of the time. And they're not short either, though. So I guess it just made it easy to replay. The game encourages you to replay it, even. So... But yeah, I played this game a lot. I kind of just know the levels like the back of my hand. Oh, not enough to avoid that. Oh, okay, well, it's fine. Okay, gotta press these buttons. Where's the third button? There it is. There we go. Oh! Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. There's got to be some nanotech around somewhere. Careful of these turrets. They don't stay down for very long. Okay, there's a turret. It's got some crazy range. There we go. I could die. I just might. I might just die. First death. Unless I have died at some other point in this stream and I've completely forgotten. Repressed it, maybe. Perhaps by falling off a cliff, maybe? That would count. That's like an insta-kill bottomless pit kind of situation. I, at the very least, haven't died from losing all my health, as far as I can tell. What was this health? Yum. Okay, we've got a bunch of doodads. Oh crap! Got a bit too close on that. Okay, I was trying to bring out... This is why having the game pause on your quick select would be nice. Because otherwise that wouldn't have happened. But, you know, I could have foreseen that. I thought I was far enough away. I didn't think I had to worry. Okay, 3 buttons. Oh my god, so difficult. Sorry, that's a bit of a douchey thing to say. Look, it's a statue. I wonder if we can, like... Can we, like, blow this up or something? I don't know. I feel like I remember something like that. I'm still on 1 health. Not looking good. What if I could add extra stakes on this and be like, if I die, like permadeath, like if I die I have to delete my save. One of those kinds of things. Extra stakes. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to delete my save. That's lame. Okay, we need the hydro displacer. We'll plop that in there. Yeah, we need to drain the water because there's evil piranha fishies. These guys used to freak me the hell out. Mainly because one time, like, you have to drain the water to get rid of them. And one time when I played this game, I drained all the water and then I defeated the fish, and then I thought I got all of them, but then I accidentally missed one without realizing it. So when I turned the water back on and went to swim in it, one of them ate me and I screamed, probably. I don't know if I did scream, but I was definitely scared. Definitely made me jump. I might have yelled. Also, yeah, secret bolt. Do you have to go all the way back again, though? I like how Ratchet doesn't even, like, climb ladders. The ladders in this game are no different from ledges. You just constantly, like, ledge grab them and jump up. There are no, like, real ladders in these games. Okay, we've got to take these guys out. Yeah, those things freaked me out. They're pretty freaky fish. But they'll munch us up if they leave them in the water, so... God, the air meter staying on the screen on the right side is so awkward looking. I don't know, my brain kind of like tunes it out. And I just stopped noticing it. Again, it's not really like the game's fault, it's the port. This is a bit of a dodgy port. Again, it's not like Sonic Colors Ultimate levels of bad. At least not at the beginning. Like, Sonic Colors Ultimate at least got patches. I don't think this game ever got patches. Sonic Colors Ultimate did, but still, Sonic Colors Ultimate is still a little bit buggy even after that. Okay, did I get them all? Because this was the exact pool of water where they jumped me. So I want to be extra careful I got them all. So we sploosh that in there. And we go under the water. Ratchet seems to be a pretty good swimmer. His feet kind of look like flippers, so maybe that helps, sorta. It's just occurring to me that he's not like wearing shoes throughout this whole game. You can get shoes. In fact, I already have shoes. We got grind boots. You can like the grind boots equip themselves automatically when you hit a grind rail. But yeah, you can just like wear them if you want, if you like the style of it, I guess. And like, I don't know, they're kind of cool, I guess, but they don't appear in cutscenes, so for like consistency, I'll just have them without. Oh look, they're cuddling. Die. They kind of just like flop over to you. I almost feel bad. Almost. There we go. Oh wait, can I not get up there? Oh, that's right, you gotta drain the water again so you can high jump. Gotcha, yeah, I remember now. It's like, what the crap is going on? And yep, you do that. Drains the water, and then you can... Now that you press the buttons, you can jump on there, and then do a high jump to get up there. There we go. Okay, so the Hydro Displacer puzzles are a little bit more to it than I remember, I guess. It's still pretty basic puzzle solving, but that's kind of like what this game's going for. There he is, it's Captain Quacks.
Well, well, you two continue to surprise me. Step into the ring of heroes, and I will finally give you what you deserve.
Ratchet, this is no time for you to become cautious. We have reached our goal.
Oh, he's so excited, he's so giddy.
I don't know. There's something fishy going on here.
Listen to your little metal friend, Ratchet. Your destiny is mere steps away.
Okay, yeah, that is a bit of a red flag.
Seem right.
This is it. Quark is going to help us stop Chairman Drek.
Why, thank you, Clank.
Clank was
You've
just
been
excited.
Most helpful.
Ah, yeah, Quark's a villain. Twist.
Get off of me, you idiot!
I love it when a plan comes together.
What do you mean?
Clank is just a bit naive.
Genius.
Because, like, Clank is, like, very technically smart.
You catch on quick.
He's like, book smart, technically smart. He's just a little bit naive.
I'm not going to kill you.
You're not?
No.
I think Ratchet is a bit more street smart, you know?
But why?
But why? It's really not that difficult to decipher. I'm the official spokesman for Drek's new planet. I can't have you two getting in the way of my comeback.
This isn't over, Quark.
No. But it will be soon.
Neat, okay, first proper boss fight, an act boss. Oh my god. Yeah, this is, I mean, mainly the goal here is just to shoot it till it dies, but there's like a little bit more to it. Also, there's lots of bolts around here we can grab. Just be thorough and grab all the stuff. His shockwave attacks also breaks like ammo containers. So when you take out one of his segments of health, he'll start chasing you with his shield. So you gotta run and go over this this bridge because he's too fat. He'll probably fall. That was really rude. I shouldn't say that. He's not really. He's just very large and heavy and muscular. Look at his goofy run. I'd never noticed that he has little wings. That's adorable. I never like properly got a good look at this thing. He runs like he's on like a stage and he's doing like a dance. Here he comes. Grab some ammo. Like, gathering up ammo reminds me of one, sorry, this random story that just came into my mind and I was silent because I was thinking about it. Where, we were like, I was like in school and we were like 8 or something, and like my teacher was like, okay, can anybody give me any words starting with the letter A? I don't remember why, because like, for some reason, I don't know, she just wanted some examples of words beginning with A for some reason. And then like the first kid that opened up his hand, like his hand shot up and he was like, ammo. And then I was like, well, I can tell you play Call of Duty. Me on the other hand, I know what ammo means from playing some Ratchet and Clank, but you don't see me yelling it in class. And then my teacher's response to that was very, oh, okay. Do you mean ammunition? And then he was like, I don't know. And then she was like, I think we're gonna go with a different word, but thanks. She was like, okay, but thanks. No, but thanks. Understandable. I don't know, it's kind of adorable thinking back on it, I guess. I mean, it wasn't me who said it, so... If it were me, I'd be pretty embarrassed. This way. Got him. We killed someone today. Actually, we've been doing that the whole game. I like how, like, the fight ends and there's no, like, cutscene to convey that. You just kind of do it and then it's like, okay, move along now. It's not a bad thing, it's just you're kind of used to games doing that, right? I'm just gonna grab these bolts over here. These two measly bolts.
I wonder what that infobot is for.
Maybe it can replace you.
Oh, that sounds...
We're pinned down! The ships are hammering our position from the air!
Why is his voice loud, but none of the others are?
We need support.
Oh, he's screaming, I guess.
Now! Actually, I need support. My entire battalion went AWOL and left me to fight this war on my own.
What does AWOL stand for again? It's like an acronym, right?
I will.
AWOL. It's an acronym, right? I don't know what it stands for.
Immediate assistance! Over and out!
Those are direct ships destroying that planet. We must help that commando.
Are you serious? That's it. I am out of here. Captain Quark is gonna be sorry he messed with me.
This is not about Captain Quark anymore. There are innocent lives being lost.
So we got a new ship.
Well, I'm done with this stupid hero stuff. I got my own agenda now.
Ratchet, this is not like you.
What do you know about me? You've spent this whole time looking for Quark. You don't know anything about me.
Yeah, he's got you there.
I know that you will do the right thing.
Well, right now the thing I want to do is find Quark. How do you start this stupid thing?
Have you forgotten? You need a robotic ignition system. I will start the ship if you agree.
He's
to
so
help that
mad.
Commando.
So, blackmail is it? Fine. Just shut up and start the ship.
I like how Clank is so smug when he does that. Like his little smile. He's like, gotcha.
So soon?
Oh, you're talking to me.
I'm not in the habit of talking to myself, you buffoon. Did you get rid of them?
Yes. No. Well, I had this plan, and I thought...
You thought? You thought?
Captain Quark kind of looks like a cereal mascot.
Idiot.
Like I could totally see him on like an advertisement being like, they are great. I think he does that from time, like, I think he... Probably because he shows up in many advertisements in the series in general.
I want results. Now get out of my sight.
Okay, we've got a new ship, and this is the start of Act 2. That's something I only just now noticed, that every act you get a new ship. Spoilers, we get another ship after this. So it's a nicer looking ship, gotta admit. It's got like Captain Quark's logo on it, but you know, we can scratch that out.
Attention, you deserting maggots! The next time you soldiers try to go AWOL, I'll shoot you myself!
Look, I just want to...
Zip it, worm! You see those bombers? If you don't get to the turrets and knock those ships out of the sky, this whole planet's gonna be rubble! Meet me at the city entrance!
He needs our help.
Yeah?
Just recruits us.
Into another trap. Well, go on. Go fight some evil.
At least I'm not a coward.
Whatever. As soon as I find Quark, I'm selling you for scrap.
Oh, he got so angry. Little Clank angry eyes. Okay, so this is Act 2. I never really liked this act all that much. Not in a gameplay sense, but in like a story sense, because throughout this entire act, Ratchet and Clank are arguing with each other throughout all of it, and it's like, it shows like Ratchet's less likable side. To be honest, his character improves from this point, like after this act, and this is probably the most unlikable he ever gets in the entire series, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I don't know. I understand why they have them like argue. It makes sense because it's like they don't really know each other that well, and you know, it does make their friendship stronger in the end, I suppose. But I don't know. We haven't gotten into it yet. We've only just started, but you'll see that like Ratchet just kind of like takes any opportunity to take a dig at Clank, and it's just like, I get that you don't like him at the moment, but it's a bit of an arse to just do stuff like that. And I don't know, I never cared much for Ratchet's characterization in this bit. I don't know if that's just me. I'm not sure. I've never really heard many other people argue one way or the other, so I don't really know. But all I can say is that I personally always thought Ratchet was very clearly like going a bit far with some of the stuff he says and the way he treats Clank, when Clank is really just trying to do the right thing and be nice. And like Clank only ever really argues with Ratchet when Ratchet like starts it, you know. Like Clank is usually just trying to keep the peace. And the thing is, I feel like Clank, like the reason why Ratchet's angry at Clank is because Clank fell for Quark's trap. But you know, Ratchet kind of did as well. Like he noticed something was kind of off, and that's fair. But even then, it was more like he wasn't. It's not like Ratchet was like, "I think this is a trap, we should leave," and then Clank was like, "No." Like Ratchet was more like, "I don't know." Like he wasn't like positive about it, right? And like, yeah, Clank made a mistake. I feel like what it is though, like, I don't think that Ratchet's really angry at Clank, it's just that he's angry and he only has Clank to direct his anger at. So, it's just kind of unfortunate that Clank is the only one around for him to be mad at. And I don't know, I think I understand Ratchet's anger, and I guess Ratchet does have a bit of an anger problem, but even so, again, I guess I do get why he's mad. He did get betrayed. Especially because, like, Captain Quark hyped him up a lot, like, saying that he's, like, a real hero and stuff, but then he gets double-crossed anyway, and I can see why he'd be mad, but I feel like, you know, shouldn't direct that stuff at Clank, and, okay, mild spoiler, but Ratchet does get over it and they do make up in the end, but you know, it's not really a spoiler, that's pretty obvious. But anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. It's not, the stream's a pretty decent length. I've been streaming for a few hours now. And I think breaking up each stream for each of the 3 acts in the game is a pretty decent way to go about things, so this is the start of Act 2, so I guess next time I'll start Act 3, I guess. That's me assuming that I'll be playing this again. And I don't know, this game isn't that long, so, you know, and again, I said there were 3 acts, so that's like 3 streams, so I think I can, you know, set aside 3 streams to beat this game. Yeah, if you're watching on the VOD, I really appreciate it. If there's anybody in the chat who wants to say anything before I end, you have some time, so go ahead and do so. I'm pretty sure it's just me, though. But I was kind of expecting that. This kind of happens every time I start streaming a new, like, series of games. Like, it's kind of just like, I don't know, something new that I haven't streamed before, it tends to be a bit quiet in the chat. It was like that with Pikmin, it was even like that with Kingdom Hearts at first. But then again, I was new to streaming in general, so it's hard to say for sure. And, you know, Ratchet and Clank isn't the kind of series that's, like, super mega, like, in the mainstream. Like, it is, but it's also not talked about a lot, like, say something like Sonic, you know? Even though the series is still relevant. But, you know, I'm enjoying playing the game again. That's really why I wanted to play it today, so, yeah, can't complain. So yeah, I guess I'll continue this next time. I don't know, because, like, I finished my playthrough of, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, so my Wednesdays and Friday streams are now open. So I could just play more of this. I might just play more of this on Wednesday, and then maybe something else on Friday. Or I might have this be a Sunday thing. I don't know. I think I'll just try stuff out and see how I feel. Otherwise, I don't know what to play on Sunday. We'll see. We'll see. I do want to beat this game though, so that'll be neat. But I guess I'm done. So with all that being said, I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.